Boboano dia urum ewo Syria ano ekosi akan de ma Fiorentina but said the Abranti ni prane nyoma na edokro no ama nyoma antimi ankoyi amfa ama no ewo Syria anum meno kasa anopai no Abranti aye U10 awasamba back to England Championship club didin any kill PL any boboku Abranti didin any Tariq Lamte enso akwakopi ma ohwe se nyoma betimi akoyi ede ama no ye toa kase no so ene anopai dia ye ko ni odate Lamte so aboboano or your former Black Stars player ye kan aye sa boboku ani de under 20 wadi or boy juma e ho kakra no so ede nsem kakra etudwa de o chemu nyina ayetiawa o se kwan a ye fa so etiti aye ye coaches e wo mamu ha no ni nyina e ka ho bi na edu ba bia na ye ankasa ya san twa ye ho ebremu coaches no e wo performance a o mo de tudwa e ho.
Is the way you people treat the local coaches, because there are certain things you do. They don't respect. They don't respect the local coaches. When I was with under 20, who say you a player and I said when I was under 16, I won all my matches, and this boy they look after me. You know the way we handle the issue. So if at the end of the day you said the coaches should be able to upgrade themselves, it's all about money. Do you know how much a course costs now? It's huge. It's huge, a lot of money.
We kakra ni odate Lamte so no ede eto yenimra ewo the Ultimate Sports Morning Show no so abra no ne Ghana's Myxtro Yoso Presimo the king of the morning so etwetwe enkomo ye da so ewo ensem na mudia na ye bewuram ewo club issues kakra ye ko Kumasi Asante Kotoko anopai okọ Kotoko aseri Kotoko nchiche omapa technical director omapa head coach omode ni oma egu nsanie so akọ ha to fokudia na ese fomfram ye hu bibia ekoso ewo ho a omo ebe preseason no board chairman din and Mr. James Ose Brown and so Erika Kra etudwa or the tudwa abra opanyin kese a ya pa na din and Eric Tinkler or the Kotoko ebefra adumu akwa adum no o chairman de omo expect e free owura no ho and so betimi abomoden na waji league no e de ama Kotoko o G league ni wie nso a na yen se o tiada omo moden so betimi de omo wuram ewo eye abibirim nampo abibirim competition adane da yesi akan no Kotoko nso betimi apem so akọ nanim ama bibia koyi e de ama Fantabulous Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
So we want you to bring us to the level that all fans can just be. All that we expect is to win African Cup. Let's win the league and then move on to African Cup. This is the expectation. And I know we can handle this better. We are trusting you and we are next to you together with other records and the full support. So whatever you need to sports and energy, and I know that things also behind us. Thank you.
Asempa FM.
Oti pintine di anate se we Kotoko so aboboano na yewura ya board chairman ni din ene Mr. James Brown enso nsemo de etudwa fa Eric Tinkler hono na ye de ema no Kotoko ho abiem no mesrew opanyin kase a ohwe se Kotoko supporters no betimi agina brane on betimi afra adum akwa adum no Solomon Ofosu Ware enso Asante Kotoko Global Supporters Group no Tibire kase a ohwe se bibia bekoyi ade ama Kotoko mesrew odonso de nsem gbakra etudwa de solo ekanina eyetiawa wona abesom Kotoko na ebesom Kotoko mfiri wo ekoye no omode Kotoko team no ehye oma no awie ne se twapia anka sempa ede nioma ensem fata efa Kotoko hu bia no se ne o san aba Kotoko a se no nso se the goals of Kumasi Asante Kotoko eno ebedi
message Ubia ye Kotoko no san be ye Kotoko biem. I don't have any problem, but ubia oba ye Kotoko adwumada se wo ye management se wo ye coach se wo ye hwan na obreson ya okoye wayi bibie tia Kotoko ye de adwuma ma wa manye ye Pentecost for ye kwa awurade di kura ye ka se enipa ne nso no honhwe asa no wanum kuru ana no asa no wadi aduane ne bi de onum kuru ana no na odi aduane se de ense no onum di e de atemu eba wonu ankasa ne so mesom no na megidi waye Kotoko adwuma obraso oko
Asempa FM.
Wabaye Kotoko coach, wabaye Kotoko management member. Oko ya na wo say player A player B o contract na kra me renew wabo player bi anson afi fa bu census na kra nya de papa ma mo ye nyina munyai ɛho hia adeɛ bia wɔsɛ ba kɔtɔkɔ wafa kɔtɔkɔ bia sia no wa mana ma so wayɛ saa ne ma etete saa ne bia ɛsa santema ewura se kɔtɔkɔ no yɛ bosom dia sɛ wɔsan bɛyɛ kɔtɔkɔ adwuma ma kɔtɔkɔ sika no wɔsɛ di bia abosom no ne ubedi ma asɛm mpɛsɛ mekyiri mu ano
Asempa FM.
We are global supporters chairman and the and Solomon Ofosu Warenso ne de aude etudwa eno no enti wo a one kotoko ahwea bom na ufiri ho no one kotoko eni ni yi no the gods of kotoko enu bedi eno de ono so de atudwa yanko international table tennis federation African youth championship a ekoso ewon kra ha no na yemfa ehon sem kakra emma wo de a na se results no enura de a etudwa no ye bo achi de ama U19 no Mauritius elusu 3 to Uganda sanso ena Libya enso elusu 3-2 to Botswana urem ewo South Africa nso dia na se omonso ewe ne 3 nil Benin so entimi ansimo adabraka ni urem ewo Tunisia omonso ewe ne 3 Senegal enso entimi ansimo adabraka ewo Ghana yenso ye hye miensa la Cote d'Ivoire enso ewo ntwetwoda omantimi anya hu bibia ewo Togo nso elusu 3 to Algeria sanso ena Nigeria enso U19 boys no omonso ewe ne 3 Niger entimi ansimo braka ewo ho yeko U15 dia na chese match day 3 no Tunisia ehye miensa Cameroon enso antimi ansimo braka sanso na Ghana nso no elusu 3-1 to Uganda U15 results na de ema no Cameroon so ehye miensa Mauritius enso antimi ansimo braka ewo ho U15 no Mauritius nso no Cedies Morgan Rogers o masan ne abrantie Morgan Rogers a ono nso eberuam ewo Chelsea na waboa ama Chelsea nso ne oma akoyi ama Chelsea Morgan enya 23 years so says KPM Emma Morgan so every Aston Villa Bobokum no 117 million euros 117 million euros any sika Aston Villa for so no edi awatara mata so a me no ka say Chelsea etimi sign abrantia ni di any Morgan Rogers a ye de honsep Emma anopay we any kakra efri Ghana ni ntwo ne ntwa so any obodo yibo na anopay ye de ebe so mo say Asempa Sports News at 6 enti shano so mame say the Casiano Asia na Ghana's Myxtro your supremo the king of the morning abeje egwano ama bibianso etimi akoye na Wednesday's edition of the Ultimate Sports Morning Show no ene wabochie kama pa ede amao sheno so say ene wo show no so no opanyinkase ade Gideon Fosu GFA ESCO member or a live on the show enti bebia wo bia no kosoana ma wa fidie no ena ha na de aka bia no yemfa ensomo Dennis Asamoni Alatula me de musia na yetwa ye ho na ye the Ultimate Sports Morning Show no aba abesomo from now up to 9:30 and to just collaborate and listen.
Muka se muye the headquarters of Poswa ewo maimu a muye no kwarfo lukwe munka into muho keke obiara iti Asempa sanse aso pese obi hia bibie flo no beti wa correct yen se sa no obiara idia ne me ba mabaso
M94.7 all talk all day.
Dema obi kwaku Andy Papa Mansu Dema na wonsin so no ham akobedi abenana Papa Mansu esiana bredwane ya pimu ani asanwo Papa Mansu wo bema mu kwajana na wudi adweneto akobedi abenana wonana ne boampose wonana ne tafo wokabrofo sankatwi wano ate Dema Mansu o mirikisi ayantimi ene friend osamampo wo kwadwenana agunaba wakrabo ani yako akote brofo nana ne wona akasa mama santonse Asempa FM ifra no panonsia Papa Mansu wo bemem ayebuafo obi kwaku Andy bemene Ghana mind was a pia Ultimate Sports Show Papa Mansu
Asempa FM
Andy bemene
Asempa FM
Ultimate Sports Show obi kwaku Andy wo bemem pia
Hello, good morning.
Pepa winner, current award winner.
General PK on radio.
The club Ghana Hedina, I run upon Quadia, Asempa Sports, the ultimate sports show. And no, and I'm Ghana tuning in tune, Tuka Burushi, Okanshi, Kaneshi, Teshi, Loko Dakuma, Dansoma, Akuma. Akutema baby super obudwate
Eda sepa minya medamaso asep. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Papa Myxtro, award winner.
Kweku Willison, emotional intelligence.
I wanted to take the opportunity to congratulate you since Monday, but I've not been able to come through.
Kafra.
So you were nominated and you never advertised it for a single.
Ultimate sports show.
Mama no.
And the full advertising. So their names were not even mentioned. Also, oh yeah, Papa, wanna be out to be away. I don't know what. You have polished this friend saying sports sector now one what polish and also who did
the ultimate sports show.
Interviews pungent questions. Now, why are they only award number the one?
That's emotion.
And the Tony the Union Community.
Set on
What's your mama home in Dema Obin Kwaku Andy, Papa Mansu, the ultimate sports show. Dema na winsin show Noaham, Ako Bedia Benana, Papa Mansu, Esiana Bredjani, Yapimwani Asawo, Papa Mansu, Wabemem, Kwajana na Wudi Aduneto, Ako Bedia Benana, Wunanane Buamposim, Wunanane Tafu, Ukabrafosa Katri, Wanuatse, Dema Mansu Amofe, Umrike Sayanti Miano, and your friend was Samampo, Buado Kwajonana, Agunaba. Wakrabuani yaku akwate brafuna nane una kasama mansanto nsayem Asempa FM ifrano pano nsia Papa Mansu wo bemem ayabuafo obi kwaku Andy bemene Ghana mind was a pia the ultimate sports show Papa Mansu the ultimate sports show Andy bemene
George Efie, former vice president of the FE, the ABC said winning football mo we experience a progress of work for normalization committee. Obviously, Omo they are on track and assessing the city amount.
No comment.
From time Omo share adwuma se ebepem na aka mre kakrai na omo de adwuma dia ba wiye no. Wo George Efie saying na normalization no.
No comment.
And the first time when you had the opportunity, yanhwe adwuma omaye say eboa football people and I say feel say adwuma enyan so many.
No comment.
George, the way they has a who be now bon, be a doctor now through no, and as a fear of victimization, it ultimately children.
When we Japanese team, a barracks boy, Zongo boy, outside.
And then mama opportunity, young boy, say now who normalization, Edmano.
No comment.
For capabilities all bar on that committee.
No comment.
Competition I ever organize it. Balua Abba. Yeah. Back and forth. I'm to me organize it. I'm mad. I said last week. Yeah. Are you telling me, say, George, do your opinion or something away now? Is that what you're telling us? Okay.
No comment.
What's your mama home in so? Dema Obin Kwaku Andy, Papa Mansu. Dema na winsin show Noaham, Ako Bedia Benana, Papa Mansu, Esiana Bredjani, Yapimwani Asawo, Papa Mansu, Wabemem, Kwajana na Wudi Aduneto, Ako Bedia Benana, Wunanane Buamposim, Wunanane Tafu, Ukabrafosa Katri, Wanuatse, Dema Mansu Amofe, Umrike Sayanti Miano, and your friend was Samampo, Buado Kwajonana, Agunaba Wakrabuani yaku, Akwate Brafuna Nane, Una Kasama Mansanto Nsayem. Asempa FM, Ifrano Panunsia, Papa Mansu, Wabemem, Ayabuafo, Obi Kwaku Andy, Bemene, Ghana mind was a pia. Papa Mansu, Andy Bemene, Obi Kwaku Andy, Wabemem,
Asempa FM. Asempa FM. Asempa FM.
In the name of Jesus, let us pray. Father, please walk with us through the bad times as well as the good. May we be heard.
Now, so Yatinas here, a free summary copim say non kuno, Ebaba Pemono, all the exclusives, the Awasa Wotia, and Chemuno Abba Nenue Paye, Obasa Wotia say ye, a Timu ye baro. Yatinas say relevant issues ye paya, na yaje relevant answers are pay live on radio, live from the headquarters of Ghana Sports. Asempa 94.7 sounds in here live. Watakwa Mediama 92.9 Watakwa. And I feel so Watakura de here live. Asida 105.9 Watakura de. Live also on the YouTube, Asempa 94.7. Ya church obia the world over. Baby our team in camp, baby our team in Ibiano. Hey, good morning. Ya chobia. Ya da ya ni swedi kasiapa. Esa Tony Breninano. Mo keep the faith and trust in us. Of course, yeah, the reference point, the headquarters of Ghana Sports. And I'm saying Hana Ghana Kasa, Hana Ghana Tie, and Shubia near trade. And obey Shedian Po Basayado Mayana DNBM. It is our time, it is our duty, it is our responsibility. Say Anopay so Yeshiamo na Yadi Agudi Mun Sam Ahudwana Yadi Eshiamo na Emun Koma Hodwo Nina Yadi Tuba Manoso Yachene Sania Basa Nemunchemua Equa Chenano Yatumi Eddie Eshiamo Anopay Abra Yasim Konya Yadi and then Commonina so Eddie Eshia Shadow so and then the 22nd day of July, the year 2020. The year of our Lord, and Yatinasia, Yadin Komoina, so Eddie Asia, team of able producers, Adaroma Nakofa, and then nkɔma ahodoɔ no nyinaa ɛde ato ba ma no so ɛde ama yɛn sɛ yɛnso mɛ na afei yɛnto mpete Ghana fa no nyinaa sɛ wadwenkyerɛ ɛba waten yie ba watene atene nyinaa no wode fa so de ba ɛberepɛm na yɛtumi abɔ akyirɛ akenkan na wo so ayɛ part and parcel of the show na bibia so atimi akoye enti ensɛm no ɛnkyɛ koraa yɛde ne nyinaa ɛgu ba ma no so na wo so wadwenkyerɛ nyinaa watumi ɛde aba anɔpɛ ɛwɔ show no so na bibia ɛnso atimi akoye ɛberepɛm ɛyɛ 0302216545 and afei 0302216546 ɛma mmienu na anɔpɛ yi yɛde ɛyɛ adwuma na ɛbrɛ ne so pɛ na yɛbie de tuma oso wadwenkyerɛ bia woba na wadi wano ni na oso atimi de wadwenkyerɛ ɛde ato ba ma no so na bibia so atimi akɔ ne mom ɛyɛ via WhatsApp ebia adwuma sɛm ebia wo drive wo pɛ sɛ okuchi kakra na soma de ba ɛyɛ 0243 553536 0243 553536 and only ababa ko edeje WhatsApp messages ni nyina aya mane emranten bi wo horoma obehwe ya pon wi Africa na bi messages no e ba ya na e ha adwene yedi hu ya pa o mane ba ntem a yagibre atumi akenkan ntem na oso opinion so yatumi atenka na bibia so atumi akoyi ewo honomo na yatumi akwere enti yatena se miri de oben kwaku andi Ghana's Myxtro nie amio supremo anamatena se laja in supremacy yede enenso de no ede Asia production team no ya seda kese pa ala tula di kandidi nyina ede atudwa obia eka hobi obia kramu bi na yenkomra yenkofamra yenfa stories wenko omadaroma na ehwe na bibia so etimakwe na Samuel kwadade yirenchi na dwumade nyina esi na bakon so se wo hwe na watenetena toatoa na bibia so etumi akoye enti aya na wakae na wahyede nso ede amame na nkoma no edonso edika editie tewasudi Sports Show. Etie the honorable minister di kan akachem mfaso bi e be free World Cup na major tournament Ghana be ko bia no sa sika nyina yenyi ba kokra emfree ma yade a ekoto eye the sports development fund nimu a enya asem kuma amanfo ahyase raise questions ede ba and am say wo hwe kwan be fa so be assess fund na je say eno de eye kwati kwan pa kwan ya be fa so no yade a brewu akire pa emu nkoma no anope ekwan bia so yede to ha na yatumi edimu nkomo na yahwese de enhye nyina no ebesi akọ Black Stars nkoma no still yeninwie enam say the way forward no ena yade a ehuhia Ghana ni bia say ye pick the positive ye wi na fe ya outline the negative na fe ya ye modifications na ye kọ anim no ye hu kwan pa ye did the Black Stars team no ebefa so efa selection efa appointment of coaches any duration ye this appointment nyina efa so no ene enkomo no akọ akiri pa GFA executive council member Ora Gideon ofosu enche obetena se na fe ono nso ba kumienu eka ho ene nkomo ampanifo de ato eye esquare anim ehwe animu eso mbedi nkomo no ni nyina yetime edimu enkomo edi aba na sede don bring na esi ye no yenya hyase pepepe na wo eye asembisa bia ententem na odi afa yen Facebook na say yen YouTube page no so ana yen WhatsApp page no so na odi aba na opani ni tenase na yetumi ebisara nam said an executive council member of the FDA wo any make any major decisions bia regarding football ewo eye kroma enti ensem bia ye expect say enya eba danima obetima enya anu ye said yes said fata edi ama erinti aya na makai na mahye nso na san komo no so yetumi edi ni edi ni na bibia so etimi aye kama pa ye coaching sensem ya hyesa eye nkomo na se ye gusu a ye die and am say ne me ya say Ghana ha de wo ye broni coach a wani monyam ne wo soro echen a local coach and I say Ghanaian coach mame enka ne sa bibia ededi se be remuneration oba wasitena mu ye maybe car, ye maybe dying, ye renti kama, ye trio mukaye, nina ye the ama the expatriate no. But the local coach ye so what ye baby atero, ubetimi abba, and also behani a high chamber ho biamano, me a man a car to ebi, naka to asem I be a horma, a native beer a 2 and a mono officer and a mono, ebe 2 year, and I say bekoya na a bruni coach. And tis uncommon at the home at the ha, a quite bear soon a befa, ye be peja, yen coaching system here in Ghana, ama coaches our Ghana ha woman more experience attitude the talent our Ghana ha and munyam akakra abeka de omo no ho ama eno so atimi apagya sankoma no arope eno so da ha ye tu ebo ase na ye die enya no nko akoto konsumu aye de papa and am say Eric Tinkler waba wahya ase training enei wom de botaye no e de ahye nensa eche se onwini eye league no enko Africa nko je eye league ewo Africa so ensign famra say yeah the Champions League or the Confederation what also aja to me say baby a wonim kotokoro of say the brain no perform there there's a kwan bia so no obeye adwuma ama side the brain no etumi apija what I say the glory days no etimi ababak e de ama Asante Kotoko and the players are players are hoke kan training obia pese oba the game plan of the coach ni nyina ye dwumadie ni bia eno so ma sha ase e de ama no na no wo national chairman e de nkomo bi etudwa what I say chairman of Osuware na sansem no etodwa no Kotoko chitafo na hyase kasa rezi eyebrow chese we de ase akutie nim ni wura and am say asem babia ekotwetwe baaye no ya ye se odi yentie nsem na ono ede tudwa nwe ye wi a ye de hu kiremu ede abro tie enkoma the national chairman chairman of Osuware ede tudwa
me say Ubia ye kotoko no samba ye kotoko biem I don't have any problem but ubia waba ye kotoko adwumada se wo ye management se wo ye coach se wo ye hwan na obreso ya okoye wayi bibie tia kotoko ye de adwuma ma wa manyi ye Pentecost for ye kwa awurade de di kura ye ka se enipa ne nso no honhwe asa no anum kuru ana no asa no wadi aduane ne bi de onum kuru ana no na odi aduane se de ense no onum di e de atemu eba wono ankasa ne so mesom no na na megidi waye kotoko adwuma obraso oko asembie ne ho but wabaye kotoko coach wabaye kotoko management member oko ya na wo say player A player B o contract na kra me renew wabo player bi anson afi fa bu sensors na kra nya de papa ma mo ye nyina munyai ahunhia ade bia wasa bakotoko wafa kwati kwan bia sia no wa mana ma so waye yes ane ma etete sa ane bia esa santime ewurase kotoko ne yebosom dia se wasa ba ye kotoko adwuma ma kotoko sika no se di bia abosom ne ubedi ma asema mpese mechire mu ana no
okay enti chairman of Osuware wedi kan achem na chemu na tie no supporters of Asante Kotoko atiase pa omo atiase we kotoko supporter e so wote sansemi asepa enam se din bi ahyase epiepie e de ama club ya Asante Kotoko no empanifo no bi wo horma o ma besom pen ama enei so o manya nimonyam e wo the new board nanim a o mo sai abesom amanfo fi se enunti na ma chairman e de sa yampia no e de atum ebi so e ka se ebre na du se wasom pen onsom pen ebre na so e so omnyina kabom na o mo som asanteman e ma etimi e konkan san koma no animu nchemu nyina no ye de ba mema remfi se David Obin penfo ya clear say ono so wa returning obeya dwuma the asom the club I say communication the branch manager the ma Asante Kotoko and also ye the no so bobo ba na amanfo ahyase reading meanings ba say ayehu but dan komo no so enebrebe eno so yebetase na yetumi adimu nkomo na yahwe se de nhye ni nyina no esi etie referees no ebeko omukupa test ni biem na ansa no mbeko kra no last year net sen na this year nhye no enso te sen emu nkomo ni nyina ewa ha yede eba mema ruan fi House of Folk so yenche da hu update bi a eba so de yatie kakra ne se broni coach bi ba de yatie kakra ne se empenfo etoto nioma omohwe ani mu se enioma ebekɔyie na no na MD di nkyeremu bebre na eba na sabi mprebia sa bibia bekɔyie a efri eye ahyase ene nioma mo de begu eye apono so na bibia ai kam enti ebehwe ho ha se ne kan watua na wakan kɔma na kɔduru hi ɔtɔ anase sen na sitie sa nkɔmo ni nyina anopai eno nso eda ha yetu abu ase na yetumi di media ma ekɔ Africa nations edinachi eno nso nhyehyɛ no ete sɛ ahoboa no ekɔsoro ana ne nyina yɛde ho nsɛm anafe transfer nkomo kakra ne nyina ɛwɔ akyiri a anopɛ yatena sie yɛde latest and more ne nyina ɛde asia yɛn kontem na yɛn kɔfa yɛkɔ wakrata no mobɔso no emra sisi a iwe a de yɛde wɔ nyina no yɛtumi ɛde atoa so nkakra ɛde amount Dennis Asamoah the senior most presenter Achinase. Ala machie.
The king, mpacho mejo so.
Na ohu ye die.
Oh, opan Nyankopon adom BBNC ye die. On say ade pachen wa. Papa de say o sire Nyankopon ne say yade bi eso chen wo mo.
Ai.
Na onsan konya aban amane. Enti yetim kwamu die bibia de na kwamu kama pa no pa problem bi amai. Bibia fine. Bibia very very fine. Down swear.
Oh, nyame adom menya ko homa ne dia.
Oh, na ko homa de usura ko homa ba de nyame de ye wi usura ko homa ba de.
Na unsuro ho.
De oh, me say de nyame de
ye unsura na.
Tie de nyame de wo na wo kan wo na me say de nyame de ye wi usura ko homa ba de.
Oh.
Obi nya wa yo.
Me say obi nya obi aye. But baby yes ra ko homa bo. Go de mema 18 no. Ma obi oso nsura ko homa bo.
Papa endio say there be untimi nyi sa. There be holiday nim. Say one say aduane die so holiday nim. Say den ya nipa bedidi.
Oh na yesi de egbo nyina na aba odidie. So da beba no abo fuma.
Umpi onkodu vie no wa yo ho kra yi. Ba say siwe siwisi. Aye say nzongo so wa chi no. Wa ni amana nso chena bakwa akọ. Ubedi.
Okay. Mate wa futu no mafo futu no. Na no quotation ben. Futu no.
Zongo so wa chi no. And they say nam from
enye quotation. Said na say also afa Christian me say bibia be kan bia.
Dem hu say kwesi dem wa so dem hu say obehwe na say obe kan wa say.
Na me eye na ya sorry papa.
Oh sorry. Sorry. Royal House Chapel.
Oh sir.
Royal House Chapel.
Na me hu say
oh there be enya agro.
Na movie na hoye.
Enye movie.
Oh kwa sorry.
Oh me kwa sorry.
Quotation ben ye.
Quotation no. Genesis 41 verse 25.
Yes, it is.
There were no.
About you, Ebeka. The name of sorry for any answer for Oma Genesis. Who could some for bad Genesis? That is it. The Old Testament now still out there. Man, any Genesis be near Genesis. What about Tima can be?
I want me to make you quotation. Oh, consider Sovereign Church and then for more. Oh, Sovereign Church and then come up.
Nyamia do my weekend okwa. The beba no facultation to Timoba.
Medebeba.
Now near a year T4.
Yeah, T4 beche.
Okay, go back and do Abba.
Oh, daily graphic or daily guidance so ham you know abano pay I don't know. And papa mame more quickly ano pay na said you show you fully packed no yanko nim kama pa. Yemfa the daily graphic ano pay na yenhwe kakra da ho or say no sirens without approval. Cabinet direct MPs public restrict police escort was Chromo as over and then say oh the wow well obi ana ma well edinanim no na cabinet echima as sia no siren bia ni ho a ana say police escort bia ni ho a yebema no akoso a approval emae enti ube hu escort bia age say approval no efri mpanfo aba ansa that escort no etimi akoso enti no nhihye kakra aba the daily graphic eba Christ the King School marks 70 years of Catholic education enti no kakra over the daily graphic anopai omode eba ebesom ya and a place outie the Ultimate Sports Morning Show. Yadi Emma Amabibia Akoso. Yanko the daily guide, the daily guide. So see Ofurata still facing criminal charges. Office of the Special Prosecutor. And the day Ken Ofurata and Semi Abetuja say, Papa Minim say who president video now or Freo Ofurata say, Daddy come home. Or say Daddy come home. Now ma ehiao. Enti Ofurata issue no to eguswa Koso or say NSA under fire over 60,060 Ghana City service allowances deduction. Nti no the front page of the Daily Guardian. So no the opeke ya the my no nti papa we kakra anopa nkrata no the but oko chire ho na hwe sports so the da ho a or say Black Queens held by Tanzania in final pre-WAFCON friendly. Nti no so da ho and the Black Queens score now so no yegusu a strengthen the technical team of the Black Queens. They say video analyst so aba on also Harry James Shooter aba be the technical team ho right to just say goalkeeper trainer aba assistant coach so aba papa mu nyina trading for a o ma ba ka kem last ho a o mo hwe say o betimi atoto ne o ma na WAFCON ya ye ko no the king ne o ma so etimi akoyi e amaye enti eno eye nhihye kakra mpanfo eye se de be ya Black Queens so e betimi afa ne ntoma pa afra enti de nkrata no e de ba anopa no na papa mabo no kiki e de ama live on Asempa 94.7 FM.
Okay, Dennis Asamoah Alatula and ebusuan for Motin Asempa FM sinie 94.7 and yaba contempa na yenkoma no ayen tin na fe etimi ayini nyina ede afri ho na etimi akwen but ala yeba yebedi nkomo ho.
Okay.
Unza anopa bo ye Solomon Fosuware
voice no.
Supporters ni bebre ahya
raise concern pa
a meaning into that assembly.
Yeah.
So specifically em say ubia na one no entina okasa assembly.
Yeah.
Na assembly who ni saying?
Papa say one say the okano
because
kotoko abusu na ho asem na oka.
Asante so pedom.
Asante pedom. But papa say wo multimedia ha. Na be free multimedia. Na obekwa akoto multimedia. Ensem fatawa abonten de papa.
But some multimedia say who for so obebu adwuma no ye san fro say be ye adwuma. Menya sure say a fan of multimedia betima ka say and say ye fa.
Baba adwuma no nya wadwuma. Adwuma no say appointment na nipa na oba no enye ne pe no de bae. Enti minim say how bia wo ho a say mpanfo tena se na obia ni wa papa wo ye bone a onje ne mfo nso ontum. Enti say see ya de obi aba say before as ankomo we buy no unim say appointment bi aba na say ya tidin bi a e koso wokotoko say o san aba back abedi ni djuma
enye David die no
David Obedi
but David obesumai but ma men kwa man somra and there were interesting discussions bebre referees manager Alex Cote yenkona ye ne FIFA eni nkomo FIFA very good morning to you na anope wa bibia bokode.
Oh, Adumo, Mama should be back na Monso.
Ye hu ye pa na manager utimi eba FIFA World Cup ni bi.
There be say buja na me say me hwechire into na me hwechire babo.
Oh za.
Aye.
No, okay. Because now can better me bisa say obaya. Ube play role bi ma FIFA na say bia
me hwechire mamo pa into.
Now assessment of the officiating the course in the World Cup no send any city.
Oh, now yeah, expectations no it was through because of investment at FIFA. In refereeing, no. But let say investment now to me too much of that. I mean, there were some few errors here and there, but at the end of the day, it's football. We will still continue to push on the referees and Yamabe.
Oh, okay. That's it. Now, the substantive issue here, my friend, one of referees annual national rating and fitness test arrangement amaye for Techiman and Koforidiano. Before this one, crab about me modalities ni womo a qualifier. No, ye last season, no, ye evaluation no, matimi atro BB, assess referees in performance. Uma ye true, my son, Uma ye you, my film, my yenina, all that, my yenina.
You might say none of them that was it. No, me check you for you. Of course, say yes, some GFA. Say all the other sub departments now, what GFA will be adding report call. And you know the referees department, the referees committee, the match review. The three of us, you know, compiling a report, you know, comma, and say that. You know, every year, you know, just like you know, who can, you know, appointment, referees committee, mobile issues, challenges, they put everything together now. Media mark on the media no more of training
that is fair.
It's more administrative in our case, you know, the catch them young project, you know, so directly under me into the me mark our reports, you know, now match review for so the reports so back almost the number of cases are almost so referees are almost to me a sanction more basso and that sort of thing. It's no, yes, I didn't know that come out that.
The challenges in Ibia umumiti saying now money a year referees in be and so didn't come on so much challenges no ebi so ye dem mutimi identify for future modification.
Major issues now has to do with security. Most there were some few assaults maybe kakra in our place, you know. I think they also spoke some more gadgets, like the communication gadgets inside the manamana ebeboa. You know, these were just a few issues almost the bar.
But if you are most signing woman and qualify for the upcoming season, and also so BB was
okay. Rep, you know, yeah, sanction one, sanction will say UAP list, so sanction will say better, ube performing better. Watch my share. And you know, we have some them to call their retraining. You know, into yes, I know more training boom biomono. Then I there 1 year a year, no, ube say no 1 year a year. I mean, in the camp, year. Into year organize there. The written test, written test, is on the laws of the game. Every year, we do that. Now, on mobile, we are now on my side, on fitness test. And no, na ebe mau kwan say you better select two and do a balance also. And I say young found balance also. You understand? And they say, yes, I am in your area, like you said, no, I was northern sector. Any southern sector. You know, you check, you counted into two groups. So the northern sector and then the southern sector. You know, northern sector, no, this year, you have to say, you share what Techiman. The previous years, it has been Kumasi, Tamale, and that sort of thing. You know, decentralization is to be done. You know, Techiman forward. Some nice youth development center be out. They have the Titan tracks inside them. So we want to go and do it there.
Okay.
Last year, for the first time, we called Kufuridia. You know, this year too, we wanted to go to Kufuridia again, also for the southern sector.
Okay.
Now, answer na, Omubetro. Laws of the game, no my fitness test. Your mom also call through the medical test. You know, the JFP medical team, you know, she said every referee must be medically fit before I over to mechanic. And you know, and medical team no sending the medical facilities, you know. and the buy, referees now, all those areas, they will have to start going to do their medical tests. Now, Jeff, the medical team will do report in the back before the medical day. That is what we have started now. And so, if I ever cause
okay.
Before that, before this, early course for FIFA referees and some potential FIFA referees. Last 2 weeks. This week is also.
I know you see be failing, no cray.
I'm about to head.
And now I'm kind of contaminated. To what's the whining when they fail?
Who says fitness test, no, say, who failure. And yeah, there, as I say, my, and yeah, be there, as I say, yeah, you understand? Because we are expecting 100%. We don't want people to come and fail the fitness test. It's me can't too much self for the failure. So who can listen and just say, yeah, with the say for the failure. You understand? And we don't want to send bad signals out there. Seriously, it is not a good thing.
No, but we know now we're public knowledge.
Yes,
and to just mention failure.
Work up, reference is a year selected 2 years ago, a minimum of fitness test. What is it about?
So, but where they about out, I mean, to say a late a year reference course.
And then I'm going to say, Myxtro, yes, about out, fine, but under normal circumstances, you never be say, your money back out, it is tarnishing the image of refereeing. And yet,
Daniela, you can't,
it's not a good thing. Exactly, if you have your number one, who is a professional referee, now BBC is here. As I say, we should not be happy about it. Seriously.
Okay.
Instead of naming because I am not happy. It is not a good thing.
Ghana's number one referee.
Exactly. It's not good for all of us.
Mate.
It is not good for all of us.
But FIFA, Adi Amuye, annually, every year, before the start of the league season, Moshe Namoye, Cooper test, rating test, one. But yet, you start league now, same complaints. Referee, we know you're close to the action. We also see a sanction, we also about before us. And all that. We again differently. Na moya, Mofio say, Moyeni Ria na Makuma Tomo Yema. Movie said the upcoming season, a lot of these complaints are over the years.
Myxtro, we are not doing anything different. We are quite with the laws of the game. FIFA World Cup now, you're calling and I say, FIFA started training of the referees 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Or the more from medicals, more the more for laws of the game. A lot of seminars. A lot of, pre-tournament matches. Or the more familiar 2 years. Even with all this, there was still error. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of, look, a team will prepare the coach. I mean, my father said, coach, be prepare the team. Or be the number cup pieces, or the number you be you have a ball league, no worry.
Yeah.
You understand? It is human. This is a human endeavor. It's going to be beer to me. See, referee, today you will be physically fit. After 2-3 days, anything can happen to your body. It is scientific. And say BBC, let's say be a referee, error be bad. And my family say because you are new training and I am from training, Papa Moon, and that sort of thing. Until I'm more errors never. Loss now, yeah, quack trauma, and not training now, yeah, you. It is the same thing now. FIFA instructors and also any FIFA referees team. It is the same thing. Every country is training the referees. Every country is doing the same thing. We are not teaching them anything different. On the field of play, referee, is it's a yes, but it's a no. That is it.
Mate, but Omaka to yourself so to say, last season they became Yabesan here when your assurance from the FSA be clear the care muno because maybe will be referees so the car Nina Kofasa and money be also welfare, Marshall Kakra.
Of course, welfare no very, very crucial. I mean, a fan referee. Last year, like you said, no, it has been cleared in the moment. In fact, even this week, many accountants here could discuss extensively. And what my assurance is that they will start to make some payments today. They will make the payment. We'll see how best some of these things can be done. But there's the assurance that they'll be paid. Once I say, referee no my share allowances the pay. As a minimum capacity no. Last year at Congress no, a promise say about more uniforms, need boots, and Yamana free of charge.
Any communication gadgets
we are taking delivery of the uniforms and the boots. The referees for this year. What am I saying?
Communication gadgets come on.
There be young talk communication gadgets. Yes. You can't say. Because it's now my referees free of charge. They don't pay anything. The only thing for Mutually or mobile transport or car or mefa, if you be on pram about their course, everything they go through is free. What you saying? They say this cost is in your account, cost in your account. It is part of their welfare. Oh, it's a my share welfare no. Your allowance the pay. You can't say now. Will not be fair to them.
No, but FIFA acquire medicals no failure. Obi beka say e be cry referees no. Omu need ye because market yama e be omu fa vitamins ne ade. Enti welfare ne no obi di ye obi nya ne vitamins dey to mika. Mo musika dia. Obeka ko failure.
The idea of the people that play for the FIFA.
And that be so did he who are vitamins.
So when you referee so be na so when you referee
but if you are now because when you say Jumano, you don't exert any extraneous extraneous activity. Oh yeah, sure.
Asempa FM.
And Juma now 90 minutes and beyond. It tells you who here Edianipa.
Sportsmen or Mobudia a little bit different from the normal. The sports as I said, we share with you and the Musuipa and Zumba. What I say, who confirm for our match bed 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, now we give for as a sports person. I mean, it is not good for your health.
Matthias, but dieting also say who here also bet me because so yeah dieting on that say or dead be honest with him the OD that all match no him the OD a be man energy protein calcium and all that.
It's very, very important. Dieting in there is very important. It's your coach training say now your fitness instructors more so you have to eat more vegetables, drink more water. Let the liquid go more into your system than other things. And so
very well.
But we think that with the process now, I mean, we will always hope to say refereeing and Bambi issues debris. But once I hear you pay there, from so kakabba, from so on the bar, I had to be a mistress. Your media no mumaye and share quite a password can't so because say the mistakes and errors Twitter and say your football ecosystem mwaye.
Okay. No, ye be draw. Me ba cho anti Techiman de ne da ben na Kofobia ne da ben.
Techiman de no, they will report on the 31st. Then they will write the exams on the 31st. And then we will do the fitness test on the 1st. Then on the 2nd, Ebia come back to his home. Then Neaba from on the 7th to on the 9th.
Okay. How many referees na ye expect you mo ewo Techiman and Kofodia in all? Am I wumi saying meme wumi saying?
Okay, until no say near Dikai IB, FIFA phone number here, no, ye FIFA phone team. Catch them young, and our young referees now also move back course this week, They will also do their fitness test. You be your almost team. Until for the northern sector, we are looking at 140 referees. In fact, it comprises both men and then the girls.
Yeah.
So in all, we are looking at 140 of them, and then in Koforidia, we are looking at 180 of them. South Coast here,
Okay.
It's paying for everything. Stadium now, Mekano, ambulance, but FA is paying for all these things.
Very well. FIFA last season by way of motivation, more award day best referee be so that the best share the others in crime. Why not Obeka no the best referee last season? Na dia na Abasuba mo de masa any panel.
Your committee in na we now you share your ranking now but I think that some of the referees actually excelled so well this year. We can talk of Selom, you are blessed. We share the matches we had too many issues about him. In fact, it was incident free. He was referees committee the FA Cup finals. But he actually did the FA Cup finals.
Yeah.
I think that he was one referee who was outstanding this year. I think that there were some other few ones who also did very well. Birmunya 1-2 issues be into the Banisana a man of ranking a coffin. You understand? That Nelai and yet too many matches, but the crucial games now or your mind, we didn't have any issues at all with him.
Now, just said, as of now, Munyanyi best referee last season. Munya Madrid so just to motivate the others.
Say you do the statistics in our Betuga, the one who deserves it. Okay. We will look at also for the girls also. I think the ladies, Messijan was quite outstanding. Rita did quite well. Rejoice was also not too bad. Yeah, I mean there were some exceptional ones. Your marks, new rankings, have to get
FIFA no be yabedase be monitor ne keenly de be bia no ni say be ma atie for so atimi ati bi nyame sharp yabeto aso da
me that na me hwe akiri ma mo no nka wo ba na nka wa ba be yo wa amamre se wo ye no ba yo
me de ye whistle abro me nsuro kra
ade
whistle night of the whistle them de mu ya na whistle
there be no we use for World Cup na
World Cup the any be black one no and the wo bo kaso anyina ye bete me di ba kwa bro
bete wo that's point ya me ba wa bete
mate if I that's by ya Michelle Okay, and referees manager of the Ghana Football Association, Alex Kote, and Ebusian from Moteninka, as a Shaya Umudiagu Akwanso, prepare referees for the upcoming season, or the Munche Munina, Ediaba, Yabu season a week. Yeah, and more referees are basso. Sem. Okay, yeah, baba. Not ya said in come can you match bibia
papa boko yeah fine
and that you know yeah ma yen colleagues me no bi di wo mu issues ya betum
okay
na we are ya preach kakra sana your friend say you are Gideon yeah ofosu and so atna say ono GFA executive council member oba nkomo bebre ho
na papa na wabodua na
dia here emudia yin
kotokoni na wabodua na
ofosu wari
so wabodua
eduabo
na eduabo papa eduabo and
but he is a leader and so say eduabo me pese me jatum say
no papa eduabo eduabo abodua asam na okase obi a waye adwuma ma institution or entity be like this na waka say me say na so koba na say no say bosom na ye management na san ye de na bosom ni ndia ye duabo aboni mpa ne
normally duabo no ye dia na ye ka say o ye abosom di ebi ansane nkosua ne konsuo ho ne de omdi o no keka ne say de ebi ana say
yes anu de na so ni mpa no waka no so beifu abede hu owo bibi oteche obede hu anu edi nchine di mekone ka asema ye adwuma papa nya duabo ni na ne ne camera se that's why
they represent on one views you understand
I understand but a serious indictment of the club on the club because at least anya hwe kwa wo boy and wo boy ni portfolio mewa wo boy ni the portfolio edika ho and somebody or what check when it comes to the supporting base of the club there. Papa, and it tells you how, you know, the supporting base of your football clubs, you know, level now by doing. These are some of the things.
And if you do that, you are doing it at the behest of, and I say, board ne appointment.
Exactly.
And James are some person catching Yankopon or catching from and the team is here, it will rap. And okay, be drama, sabi, open so to me at it. So be a besum ye pain, a man and no pie, etra, a yas antico to go money bar, a musu and sandy pan.
Papa, why pana a year Jumama Kotokwa, Obejine Bebe Casana, no bepa mention Samono. Padia definitely mention will sermon you. Inti mean you know, papa when you na banisa we incite supporters na against nimpano obey jumano. Inti nimpano obey body crano na sa grounds no ankasa kra na enye good for the person to deliver. After beba no time kruom nimpani dem ye bebo na chisa kopem se jumano obey meti expectations so de jumano ebe si fem say twan no de akwesi fem. Inti me feel say enye healthy. We've been here calling for say a normal kotoko team ni muni adi. This is the time of professionals. What I say, and highly respected in the society and the community. This is the time yede jubana momo. Ayasa go back to the board. I mean, we na yede rani asante kotoko. Papa, we obi a udo kotoko. I didn't tell for supporting Taumechi. Now if the people manning the affairs of Kotoko, believe in the competence of the person. Who are you, Sabeka say? Kono Kasemina Kochi audio ni brede no mukai.
Because the point again is that as the leader of the supporters, you incite your supporters.
Exactly my point.
You look at credibility and
exactly
whether capabilities of the person, whether
exactly my point. Yenche competence, yenche capability the first.
Mame come right.
Then you did this petty issues in any way in Fasobi.
Richmond Opoku every year do not have fantastic PK were US of A young corner on also so and pay your man of Quenya Hanafi and Komaka Crani Dadin Kakra one Yentimi and ye El Hormo. Began a Beltimin car Martin Bibiabako Hodie
Asempa FM.
Kumetu and Kappa Matonka, Bibiaboko, so the Biamacasa are there to and where the affair, and Yaki and Media.
And also Pennsylvania. Oh yeah, action nina. We nina. Invade a shock me. Nyamisha be break.
Kwaku Asadaye, Rabidi, I'm saying, Name Bompire, saying, I'm going to do
Asempa FM.
Working as a Baba to us, so I am on my gun and two. You make me as a Baba degree. Nami who's another Niaji, because, well, we know Niaji pass, and my friend who could go back. Yeah, need to me, I yellow crown, and to me, but. You have a good time.
Very, 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 very. Especially, arrive on Ukraine who too much. Arrive on Melande and Chalene who too much. Min Kazaka say, but what you come and say?
Some more treatment. We go in packet here. Sometimes you want to need the journalist now to do community. Now, also the people in the Grand Star and also Banana driver, my own driver.
Mate, Medasipa. Arapa yebra hoy na yentie wodadwene mene kanija shase bro so yen special guest so atena se anope edada nti yentie wodadwene na fi wi a yemra studio na fi yento aso
wa kwaku lecture no atiefo ne wa pamfo na mamintia kanija mamintia ni pa na producer ba come de ka o no na o saka me ma o se bi na o de command me ma o have to be command pa na o de me ma ni aba
yo
producers no hard working producers ultimate sports na me se o juma pay for ni na ene Ghana pay for ni na so na me enko bi a only football pay for na kwaku me dadjo no sana me de ba no now,
Asempa FM.
About treatment of Ghanaian coaches, the clubs in the power, the kind of treatment of the more money are the accommodation of the more.
Hello, BK.
The ultimate sports show.
Yeah,
Metunka na minim uyusu earpiece di anka uyi abeboa anase se edan na se ho na wa ka ba soro ho a kenu so beboa anase mpo wo bedroom a ene wa wie di afiri na bra hole na kenu so yentunka if you are no beboa pa na hello. Hello. Yeah. Otemenka. Abed na go yes I'm friend bi. Yes I'm friend bi. Because yen fro bi wa yen fro back na yen hwe se em se da bia na line no ne de em se twitwiri no edos kanija na wano egu asem so na PK by ma MTU kakra kopim se yebese nya the back
yeah nti papa na kotokode ya na America yeah kotokode ya na America say uhwe Ayampia supporters leader what they ever these are the people who incited supported these are the people that will be held responsible to make sure say you know you be the supporters be caught. When FA president in his own wisdom, the manifesto, no, say bring back the love. No, we want people that will be responsible and will be measured when it comes to public utterances. What you say, not attacking personalities and then this kind of commentaries needless. I'm telling you, needless. And these are the people who are. No more campaigns and again,
on starting a campaign for the national chairmanship position. One thing was key. The keep unity. So bring you here together. In fact, Nippon and prayer guy friend saying. And then the prayer
previous administration administrator.
What you say? Also we are obey the opportunities of fanon na yeduma old administrators no nyina beba on board so nipa who preach unity there is no way on any platform I mean can be create disunity amongst numerous supporters.
And again, baby, a hard journey pan say Papa saying yes, to say this is the genesis of problems on make create board. Then it means he say down the board ever have opposition. Our board and appointment or any decision make it be there is an opposition or be sorry because the year can say we are supporters chairman. You are there to mobilize supporters for the club.
Yeah.
You are not a decision maker. Yen fair Jumama or two form fair Jumama will say at the end of the day you'll be accountable to the Shianameboa. Would be any supporters,
Mamma, I'm crossing over the enough for me to say Tomuya. BK, what's your main gun?
Akwakumeto nka ye pa fe se won so to me nka kama
better pa afisha se ne nkoi
ya kwakuna me ka se afa na come that so na wo ka se bi about treatment de ma local coaches with regards to accommodation ne transport ne sa no man so ka bi sa
exactly me kan
kwaku be big too heavy on that mehu saade no akoso Ghana akoso but enye de bia na ebia ye bobo ni pebi sobo eto de bi no bi so ya ade bia ye mo na baso me can we with Samuel Boadu abro be House of Folk head coach no kwaku Samuel Boadu be House of Folk head coach no me kokko sra no be bia wote na mame nyina ofidie so mo atra House of Folk abaso baby o de Samuel Boadu kotena ye as head coach of House of Folk no kwaku mi kohu ye I was shocked. Samuel Boadu, if my memory serves me right, I wouldn't know to reach. And he not said there no with white. What you say, the neighbors they were white. Baby, I know what Timothy, I know what Timothy Kwaku. And I just House of Folk were paying dollars for that rent.
Okay.
We go home with the House of Folk this Samuel Boadu as head coach, I was shocked. I told him, bro, in fact, treatment His Royal Highness to go after the demo on it. You have to deliver for the club because so if you're normally, but accommodation, papa, the neighbors were white, were foreigners. Very decent place. Or red side or in fact, and you do resources so and a boss at least you want some trophies for House of Folk trophies and then we take it to compete in Africa. And he said you can company football be almost a boom in a chawado. And a chawado. What you say? Okofa Lebresa. How about you woman a better a Juma Mayamo? And I think that we have to invest in our local coaches.
Very well.
What you say? Yes, I'm going to need some more movie. You treat you almost said you treat expatriates, say you almost they will also remember what you say because I am now my common dinner. You make what you say. I will be Piabon to Yakudi. Then when we say, why am I command? No, I am one. Or better, he will be loyal to you and never settle your opposite winner. That is on that.
Mate.
Now, Kwaku, your first time that general any. Nyamian with the recent happenings, Asante Kotoko, board Abafo floor, the appointment of Eric Tinkler as their head coach. I'm sure maybe a person Kotoko media. In fact, I was so much impressed with it. One more publication, I must have translated the call French. So that will be our own English, be our bet me. We are Sabian, I attractive side and perform a baby. Now, who close the baby? We are Sabian, and who's got to call you something no, and Kofi, or Muni, what you are so much son of a baby.
Okay.
Now, me chance on a video here. Namia, Minia, your friend say, Solomon for Suai. What you are saying? And your babon thing. And me person the camp was him. Kwaku, chairman of Osuwa here. My name is Shadoma Baby. Why am I manager paying? In fact, radio transfer. Radio transfer, me free Fox FM. Me free Fox FM, I call Silver FM. One day, we have BBI, Jimmy Sikari, my dear. One day, do me a BBI. You are not the men not to show me. What you say. But the non of payment, but some can be chairman of Osuwa. Mr. On 10 years, now, on 10 years, right? Kwaku kotokono wabre Kotokono wa bre. Mesra so so bia di ni tools egu fom. Na team no fa ne tumapa ifra. What you say? Now you be Kotokodi, Dr. Kwame Chain, some, and in paying for your mother for ye.
Yeah.
They could do a Musam yet, saying, I'm young, the Queen says, it's a full way party. So, my dear, and Kotoko will be able to mean Kotokobium. I'm fat, Kwaku, I'm fat. None of you are from somewhere, Jimmy Timmy. What they not just Yemians, one of running it too. Kwaku, I'm fat. I'm fat. You need to tell you, it is just enough form. Just say, if we are the amount, we could be another music as of Kotokono. And your one echo musica, no one ever Kotokono. Now, I'm a case of Qatar 10 class. On 4 more, and new pumpers will be a Kotokono, be any woman. Now, Sam lost glory, past glory, on saying we move from our hobble. And Kwaku, the Nekotoko and could no league, Eco Africa making meaningful impact. Just say they are going to spend billions of Ghanaian cedis.
Yeah.
Billions of dollars. And some way to reach that state. It will not come on a silver platter. And yet this is kind of football. I'm telling you, some person to do. So they are the Orlando Pirates to do Cup Confederation Cup now. Meaning they have to spend millions of dollars. Now what are these guys can remember? And your mother talking about a friend free. We'll be able to use Canada. Put the American say, I'm not do so. I will be BT will be so will be what some will be one some show to move for two to move from Nakotoko fan to my pen frack. I didn't American sir. Kwaku, and you necessarily so support to answer why you Kotoko. We should get this thing straight. I wouldn't have to also make Kotoko supporter and some of them Kotoko Juma. No, you sir. But Fabian and Franco for between. Could you say, Sammy Kotoko Juba? Then they may free Kotoko. May a football administrator. Not play a bit of whom you say or gym advice. Oh, I dear behold. And now say be a player no banning just on him by Juma. Now the contractor will not catch a player say, Ebia has a better plan for you than the Kotoko Mawa. Could you say me no Kotoko?
Debbie. So your professional duties.
Now you have a professional duty. That is that. You know, because I didn't necessarily say some Kotoko supporter and some of them Kotoko Juma. Peter Kayon has no the most successful executive officer of Chelsea in England. Peter Kayon, why are Chelsea me? Are you a supporter of Manchester United? Supporter of Manchester United publicly, or Manchester United do. But you're kind of successful executive officers of Chelsea. Who are you, Peter Kayon?
Debbie.
What did it mean? I think I could necessarily tell some Yakotokoni, no, who's a Mr. Kotokodesi, and some met my Kotoko Jimmy County. It is only a Kotokonu. Maybe a player, the advice a free war. No, I said that the contract here be my way, Amwa, may sign it, we were better did the Mawa. What's your new to remember Kotokobium? Mestre, Chairman of Fusuai. Or Panina Juma near the amount of wound to me, Jumano. Because they say, no. When I would support us, and I know, over that supporters, Yami, be the answer I was telling you, never done. They say, the attendance in your worst, and I will not solely blame it on Tamo for Suai because one and Katana and Koyi. But then the person come on pay me say, what Timmy, where you nipa, now where you nipa, where cassette administration way, one cassette administration way, if you anyway by Yajuma, Yajumano. That sad dear, and people to Kunya, no, so we use again through. Not to bring fun to my penfra. Not to million, and yet that form. Child administration, Romabada. Administration, Romabada. I won't get a papa for. And I know. Tell them to come to administration.
Yeah.
Romabada. And I have been saying that there's always a second chance. Now, people are many per second chance. Now, you're born and uncle. If I'm born a child, no, they're what you say? Nipa be also in a second chance so that the mistakes are here, you will learn from it. Or move a year, mistakes. Or be able to make so many mistakes. Or your mistakes. Or your papa, or your mistakes. mistakes ni ba ko ne say adakoja ati container project o mko yesi we and also almost sano
ye bu ni
because omo say the mko yesi ho ne de na ambefete kotoko standard omo huni say enye papa eti no almost sano I don't be no they are learning from the mistakes omo here no and clearly you could see say this na wo makotoko no omo so mo de kotoko lu tum pempenso bia ye nyina pesi ehunu kotoko no eti nei the Southboard did decide this say omo de adwuma ma okoko afriye omo de adwuma ma kwaku Myxtro omo de adwuma ma patekosa adwuma shombo omo de adwuma ma kanija omo de adwuma ma David Obinya ako a enkojina ba bi nka ho asem
okay
me ko oppose
okay
ya ma omo tumi no kwan no omo fanye de omo betimi aye bi kwaku me nkonko so obi a on align with my vision that is that. Yeah, Mama Juma, our Asempa from some of your hosts. Me and Mama opportunity set panel members. Me perform be online with my vision. Me yes, because me yes, I meet me Mama Juma. If they still say that David Obinya could have met me and why am I successful? We should allow them. No more cover the young man, no Mama Juma. What you say? If they still say I'm pound, so the better be see you be their mom never go. We should allow them. No more cover me panel Mama Juma.
Asempa FM.
My young holding grudges me against anybody. You make what you say.
Okay.
I make a say, I'm over here, I'm your mistakes. I'm your papa, and I'm your mistakes. And then mistakes, and they want to rectify it. I don't think you're about me, and I'm a shot. I don't contain a mutu to go. I am from because most of your mistake. What you say? Your mama almost have put you on no one yet. A good job, baby. Where you mean, when you mean, Kotoko Pesado, I can't. Yet to be a bit too time because what can send me if I Kotoko Hunti, there be one those things should be a sin of the past. Koko by US, who said your football, said your California, said your no man cost. I'm telling you. The impact of our World Cup where they have US and football and that football you get the baby a Ghana dear, yes, say no ma. To wherever you Jumano a Petrocrat between Jumano will be to be do as a mentally. But you must stretch out of Posua, Mr. Minian, I have so much respect for you. But someone I did go to Kunyano and whom you to move from. Emre do so see jagu form because adwuma na mpani for the baba ye no kwakunya adwuma eta form me so wo mo because the kotokona ko do no the pia kotokona ko do no it will take them time and money
yeah
yes kapa ni ante ani ni dia no matter what happen that kotoko do be a what kotoko do because it's a standard man no lady standard someone without the money that club no we have to say FC Bakani, even Tanzania clubs, standard of Adruno, and the Rwandan clubs are paying $5,000 and $10,000 to players. What's that? Ethiopian clubs are paying $5,000, $6,000 to players.
Yeah,
this is the standard. They will spend millions of dollars and some of them to make the protocol. Do standard, and if I'm confessed canopy, and none of your class in your general home, come for two. This is the time also classic. No one supported Casa to come to the stadiums in your numbers. Come and cheer the voice on. No one contribute to make a cool Kotoko census, Fabu census. No, me, you be about for proper and ready time. Me number is 66, 36. Me, I am do US. I mean, Trebium, and then me couldn't climb a but me climb for some here.
Okay.
This is the time you all have to come to get together to have the club. What coming, where you mean, Namasre, Matisia David Obinya couldn't do Kotokopia or Emano. What is possible?
I and in the Mupa no pay crime, I can't was him.
So, I have no doubt over to me, Jumano, because we're growing the game. Why Jumana, the Aquaman on Indian Aquacoye, it will obey to me. I have mistakes or Yan and I don't know. Masrelo. So, would you Jumana Manoa? Kumasi politics and now. Now, could you not buy on Bayer and won't you be him? Kwaku,
Emudia here.
Oh, Kwakusa wouldn't be an kind of crack or Kotokoyariano, yes, yes, Sayariano. Kwaku, politics our honor because of our radio competition in some penny part and some man. Waku, Minister Mobay, I am there or station beer. Where no dear, I am in court for. Where no more come out of the domain, meet me no more Juma. The very moment as I am about to move power fairly, Kawus or Juma any year. FM. Because of your platform, you are the mechanism. And to David being after the Juma all 5 Juma FM. All Shayan went to your work muscle for media for us. So where would your mom possum? Where would possum? See the manual. He should give equal opportunity to everybody. Over down for we are never shouts from somebody. But when it comes to the protocol job, the can't burn FM for our call. No, so in a post for our call. FM. So some post for our call. Asempa FM. What you say? Some politics no lawyer so for the baby. And consider baby. Obi friend of the idea. I call you Kasa to me Kasa. So the South politics in the baby he will be a failure. I'm telling him.
Okay.
But to be imagine for me, but as professional, I will have my friends do, but no more beyond opportunity.
Very well.
I'm telling you, he will be successful. He will be successful. And just I will talk politics because administration no more particular radio station there. I know no more than for 4. But we did more friend because one more business room. The American what I say. This time round, no. Every another 10 years could be for no so for competition about.
Okay.
See the Jumani Manu. I have no doubt obey me aye. Me mistakes or yeah, no. Me sure said no best sir. No mum on my fair grounds. My Asempa FM me frau Emma me kasa me Asempa man so die on kebi mame te me nkasa. O Jumani gu Asempa FM. Okay. Ko ya bia ba ko e me dadwene Solomon fosu ware mesrau.
Mate.
Asansa me ma bonti me kabiem. And some phone push on pedodo, 77 some force on pedodo, yan for and yan cotocon and pedodo. It is a cotocon, Pammy Perfin, and yet, woman tassel, let him no fun to my pensa, let him know. I come to do after also cotocon Bobiano, and the phone too much.
Very well. 4
years in the cotocon you, and I'm sure about It's your moon, and someone.
Became Medasipa every premier sign about Richmond Opoku FA fantastic PK and I was for Martin and Asempa FM Senior 94.7 at home at Tinkunya. Now, Maminya way now for you, we are a special guest at Tanasi. Na meneno and share Yankomo a yetriano as na Mianka Seminia the governor or say ne doyere ni chocho mucho edi ni bedi enti yenye bedi wishi emfama ono ankasa ne doyere na say na watcho say good morning happy special birthday to my one and only wife Patient Ehiakpo of Accra Metropolitan Assembly, and the message is beautiful. I love her and may she live to be 94.7 and beyond. From me, the governor, and all the children, Edwin and Lisa and the governor. Anyway, hey governor, say we need more do this, but any message tintin biya tro or senka tro message. Nanka de car key our dema or dono edi akaho. Se maestro car key ni we na medema me doire patient Ehiakpo our Accra Metropolitan Assembly. And the governor no pe utia ma mensanka car key no. Anase obe consult the super international na international be supported there because patients mini abano uhia car enti birthday ni a presenting kama na ye kama and I say skillful Bismarck busy so e wo ho no so betimi a support na bibia aye kama pa enkensin akawa US of A enkensin mache
yeah to say
papa na so e
boko we dey I see any bien and oni mo so pa ala tu I see a DNA. And your twin brothers, and our papa be cobofa, baby.
Down.
Almost a power, but I think that for.
Yeah, and your bar, Ube drew her and wash a DNA and was a macame. enra na ye di nkomo coaches asa animonyam no ba form kakra Ghana ha ene animonyam no nyina call the expatriate coaches ho o send a message say san nkomo wo experience bi a person in Ghana for che mama ma the opportunity and yet okra won so nka che na fi nkomo a wo de mai no so fa kakra no e mai
me tie for na again ba ekobi wa chirim pa cha otimenka
me ba cha clear wa hapa enti
oh okay who say Ghana no your life no I had to say pete life no pete since you ta o si o tra me simi da me rent dan in si only tip o si hwan ko ti advance 2 years wow sani your boy life for Ghana and your citizens make leadership in penifo no
okay
if you say utie sports minister here bano or see a koji worker mami bisi wo ho ya free deputy of sports authority and also see a koji worker last week President Mahama say a koji worker eya nanti say we class 1 for na obetinya kache if you say so if you koji worker there and there's nothing to fix one who Jamaica no so if me kai say 20 years and 06 ye kwa afcon bi na mini kusi mensa na ye kata mu agri road community 2 honum and me kai say kusi mensa say ye born na say if say ye ni system be a follow youth system na say so bobo miss me bobo da say na tie ni honti na say enye nya taki na say ye bo na ukreku na say bo by any system I follow it and kusi mensa say na Ghana for him to say your boy say you that was 20 years ago or see to fix idea no so just to say idea ni me boy unu musana o pese o jaya in paibo ma unya so just to say nsane say me ti me jaya one kasa accept it say o boy say no aye but president say your boy say ya next idea na nye one leadership na boy for mo ye niama na nya da bia na corruption sometimes in microphone ni mu di ono be ye ni football DNA ya u Ghana say ya bo bia obia wo stand your follow ball football philosophy right and only DNA scientific no ne football culture and identity ball be na obo Ghana ni agidi o football me fi say your ball ni possessing football obia person your polo obia a baby pele obia chichi right mimi sanam ko si adofama while wax sports stadium me 10 years nyanu ko gina ho she adofama itino your possessive ball na ye aggressive to say German for last week na Dr. Nyahota Makokata aggressiveness na Ghana jabobo eya no credit ye na e do baby no eno na ye jai it is your person of back young back sanko fani senior year academicals in the schools no more station ho me banam bekase your boy saying young back to academicals I be start to niama na meka and am say na dia na ma o you successful no jaya de if you say ne Ghana ye were regionals and ye were academicals into share okay last time I did AFCON yeah ben
82
DNA no mama fan show a man for tiate 82 year kono near wo Kofi Badu o Kofi Abre Kofi Badu anya we kotokono koshi opoku nchio no mu na bo school ball western region you from academicals any war regionals into opoku nchi Kofi Badu Estian Zion Train Paha Banama on mu na wo we western region and a baby Olabodi Abumoro Abu Ali Ibrahim almost to Greater Accra and the Kwesi Piane Abeta Dadin Musu Warwe Simon Serian Muwa Sante region. It players normal from school, secondary school, technical school, academicals. And the more you be from youth, other side near from regionals. It near Cabo. Some performing a dion call Libya 82 no. Libya 82 no you mostly western region players. Opokunti Jonathan Paha no money natifo. All money a dion call Libya 82 cause they normal to say Isiaku age 21. And baby no 19. No Opokunti Kosia player 21 how could you be say only about 55 56. It is no na see a combat but Gina we no about interest. when we say player ben and Mekwakoton, and about those days, all my running a football, no, SK men in Sabi, no more movie video. It you call baby crowd, Obi Twitty, come out, Harry's a corny, other Kotokofoni, be no, almost Twitty, come out, a man quadricles 4,000 in the 80s. Those days, next car, mono 7,000. It will be more 4,000 CDs. I know a mouse now Otigana. If we say on Posika or no more mouse. By now, okay, almost born a business. Into under 20, under 17. What teams nippy and a buy so Tihosan, you know, a fat Karim Zito on any cartel. If you use cartel, if it's a cartel, you'll be on pay competition. Wow, it's now on only players in Kwana born national team. It's in a young point, the American say, a buying national team, you know. Teams in only free FA almost duty is to run the league. League Banzana Ebono Biancono. Uber League as a football nation. Me for 2 players, 4 players in IPA 26 in Co-World Cup and now league in Adiade. League in Fasoni. Ghana as a football nation, Musi Yakabro Shark of 4 players. Baya Busimi who saw me in London, said boys near Basso from near Duan Bagana. What about talent now, Ghana? No, you don't want to develop it. Sports minister, so to hold you on to if you say a national team, you know, if 3 FA near the sports authority, you know, and then Kromani, a champion in Nana, you, who share Ghana football, the Bena FA running blasters. Almost the only league, you know. If you say a buying your boat, if it's on my bay, the Anankas almost need your mobile. Okay. You call AFCON bar. They co-work up. Last time I'm in Ghana, I catch them say because the first round, you be free. Now, for free, you call your free first round. If we say defense near the winning tournament, Spain, you shall say 1 goal penny at this show. And I'm saying, you need Mexico, need US boy, Michelle Bonanza and Mayba Ghana. You shall see those in 2 games. It is high defense near Famco, Nanko Yemen. If we say you're facing reality, there be a finance 17 are suffering in Yasika Ghana. No doubt again in Yana and Yaji.
And Kensin Aka. Evedasiano pay, na me sure say Brano, ever sign at also na Edin Como. Yaminka pa. I was your first and FM senior 94.7 at home at Tinkunya. Special guest at Nasi.
Dema obi kwaku Andy, Papa Mansu. Dema na winsin so noham, akobedi abenana, Papa Mansu. Esiana bredwane, ya pimu ani asanwo, Papa Mansu wo bemem, kwajana na wudi adweneto, akobedi abenana, wona na ne boamposim, wona na ne tafo, woka professor
Asempa FM.
Wanuatse, Dema Mansu amofe, omirike serenti miano, and your friend was Samampo, Buado Quadrenana, Agunaba Wakrabuan Yaku, Aquate Brafunanane, Una Casama Mansanton Sayem, Asempa FM, a friend of Panuncia, Papa Mansu, War Bemem, Ayabuafu, Obi Kwaku Andy, Bemene, Ghana Mind was a pia.
Okay, I was your first and FM senior 94.7 year special guest at Nasa Ken Kaninja and so Ewaha, ye Kabu Nafi and Neo Penino, Edin Common Nafi, we are Kaninja Yasan Abadam say Obesaya, sorry, Ewa Ada a year special assignment to be a or say Okona Okohe. And the Ghana Football Association Executive Council member, yeah, Gideon, a year for Sue and a year special guest and pay. Why join any El Harmo? Senior Marche?
Yeah, near Myxtro.
Na Bibia Boko, dear.
Yamiadum Bibia Boko.
Oh, yeah, pa.
Me pa.
That's why it's Lou, Anna.
Oh, sir, Dabi.
Sana out here. Udadi. Now, what cabinet a course ne Esco because we said Debbie Cassette. Monamaye, the highest decision-making body of the
Asempa
Federation, and when it comes to major decisions regarding, especially Yeko World Cup and your mama Modrin home, Yebe A, Yebe B, Moko World Cup national, Yamo planning na Mutimi. How did it go for you as a member of the ESCO?
Okay, Myxtro, me that say I no pay me chair for you now. I think say question I will be Sammy no permit me answer from before I call World Cup and after I call World Cup. Before I call World Cup, following up to the round of games, friendly matches I boy and as a yɛnyina including Ghana for nyina no na obia dwen sɛ a team no ntimi nkɔyɛ bibia World Cup, but I think so after World Cup no, for me as an individual no, I think the team really played above themselves. They showed character. Okay, but of course as an ESCO, the first preoccupation was to move out of the group stage, because in the previous show in the NTMI MF group stage, no, to come out of the group stage and to get to the round of 32, no, it's an improvement of our previous showing at the World Cup. Largely, no, even though we were expecting more, I think said the boys near
but basically your target for the World Cup the moment me achieve.
No, I mean, of course, everybody wish that the team will get to the very last stage of the tournament. But to, like I said, for the boys to be able to show what they showed at the World Cup stage and get to the round of 32, no, for me, I think I see a boys nabaso.
Now, again, I'm here especially. I don't know whether. And no, we attribute that one to Juma, the Black Stars Management Committee members. And I say Executive Council, no, all inclusive. And I'm Mofi say to me, achieve that feat for getting the boys to work beyond a year. The na Ghana for himself. Then I'm
yeah, I think I would say a collective effort. First off, before World Cup, no, a major decision needed to be taken, which is to change the technical direction of the team. That obviously would have to rest at the back of the executive committee or the leadership of the FA and of course government. After that, no, I think the management committee had to take the role of ensuring at the tournament proper that the boys were in the right frame to be able to compete. I think say no more I say some Myxtro, you would attest to the fact that me do Rhode Island. Me share hotel and boys new and I manti Asempa. I was happy in my heart because me do honor me say, hey, Black Star Pana hotel, not to say send a hotel na hotel ni okay, but
inside the okay chain outside,
yes, the inside of course the hotel was okay, but the location and the way I now ube reception now ube won't say in comfort honey I don't know. The previous Black Star, you won't see that. Boys would not even agree, but I think the boys were more focused on the assignment that had been given to them, and of course you would say it is because of the leadership at the time. Largely no obia ye nejuma.
Maybe so say in this campaign we challenges munya regarding the playing body. And now say the FA Mwankasa movie say mumiti challenges be no maybe we say going forward more better 2 years going into any major tournament.
Oh, of course. I think I mean I'll give you just a few examples. If we had actually gotten a bit of time for the coach, for example, you would say he would have had ample time to have, dealt with the team and be able to, have a better chance at what he did. And so those are some of the decisions that I personally feel could have been done and done well. But largely, I'll tell you, I was just looking on my phone, and I realized that the whole of the World Cup, out of the 48 countries that participated, Ghana was about 24, which is not a bad showing. I think we can improve. Of course, I heard you say the ko ye no ye beto aso the anko ye ni ye behwe ni ebesi send in our next showing ye betimia I better than we did. Of course, there are lessons that have been learned.
Okay. And specifically, why now be attribute this success to? Because ye buy Dudwana Caso, the tactician, Carlos Queiroz, and the managerial ethics in Wastro, the discipline level. In fact, at a point, yet, so tell me even the management members of the Black Stars, the Escunina, Chairmo, the Osamo, the do's and don'ts, near the and Jaman for Bonabasso say, baby, you could do ye in this campaign or no one Abasobone. Would you agree, say, or no one against single out in five Abasobone in Amon?
Myxtro, like I said earlier, I think it's a collective effort. Okay, Obia ewo role and necessary play ewo a World Cup management committee members had their role to play. The technical team, including the head coach, had their role to play. In fact, Wokra, as a journalist who happened to be in America, also had a role to play. So for me, it was a collective effort. If you talk in terms of the technical direction of the team, then of course you can single out the head coach and the technical team for the work they did. But largely it was a team effort.
What different normally buy on board, because you have worked with other technical staff before. We know they need the different things. Officer Carlos ne backroom no de buy a year extraordinary. Yen share them who be going to any major tournament. To me a copy. Officer or the before for be buy. And I say try your luck in Ibia and Namza Farmer.
Yeah, Myxtro, if you even pick the personality, and I say if you pick the person of Queiroz, then you would know, sir, he came to the table with a lot of experience.
Okay.
You know, this was his 5th World Cup, and so you know that the experience at that level was already there. If you look at his pedigree as a coach, you would know that he had coached a lot of very top clubs and countries as well, and so he came in with a lot of experience, with a lot of clout, and I think that showed. And I remember when we were playing England, and at a point the boys started to open up the game. I just saw him come to the touchline and just try to signal to them to close the game. Okay. And so you would know, say, at every point in his game plan, he knew what he was doing, and he wanted to execute to the latter. And first of all, he has experience. Okay. Second of all, I think the control over the team and what he wants his team to do, he had it, and it showed on the pitch of play. So I think that's for me. That's what I saw.
Okay, but apart from all these, you agree? Says certain players or some of the players, and to me, I'm back to the party as expected. Among for crying, Ghana for me, because some of the players, who over leave their stay in the Black Stars until say he show the exit. You can see a boy be a boba community and said maybe at the appropriate time. Would you agree? Say some of the players should exit and fresh guys should come on board so that we can form a very formidable Black Stars team.
I think, say, Myxtro, football, it's about system. Okay, and I would explain this to you later. For me, a coach would only tell a player to play a certain role in a game. If the player finds it difficult to play that role, it does not mean say player need a bad player. Okay, I'll give you an example. Going into the World Cup, Jiku prior, Sali Susu wasn't available. I was one of the very first guys to say yeah, there was problem, especially at our defense line. But guess what? Jerome Opoku and Ajete showed up at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Why? Because it is possible that the system that the coach was playing suited the two of them their play, and so they were
their
able
style of play.
Yes, and so they were able to show. And so for me, it is not too much of say player asa and as a player nenyadi. I think it's so much about player and system and coach nibon. If the player can adopt, say player need to me adopting as a man a chance a couple of times, and then of course your conversation can come in say okay, system and coach nibon maybe a player way mboa system ninti.
But these are professional players, also adaptation of strategy and formation and coach ibiabon also living because one player waba under the bash pa the captain of the side. Jordan are you? And even in US and everywhere, Bebrina Ankoya, Nobody can convince me to believe say Jordan won't mean under any coach because of the number of years Awabo and exposure in the clubs at Wabono. Don't you think that something is wrong?
I think, sir, Myxtro, we might have to be a bit open about, and this is not the first time Mete Jordan Asempa. I think we might have to be a bit open about Jordan the issue. First of all, the question I would ask is that what was his role in the team? We need to be able to find out, and I'm sure if you get the opportunity to even interview the coach or any of the technical team members, you should find out this question. What was the role of Jordan?
But tell us,
of course, I'm not part of the technical team, but from where I sat at the stadium and watched the game, I felt Jordan's role was more or less to be able to hold on to the ball, to just make sure the pressure that was on the team would have been managed in a certain way.
As a striker.
And of course, because I think from what I saw, again, I'm not part of the technical team, but from what I saw, I realized that we were just having to play the low block, play the mid block, and hold our opponent until a certain time before we now have to attack or express ourselves. And so at the point when we were playing that low block, you needed somebody to hold the pressure when it became necessary. Did he play that role well? I'll tell you what. When we played against Panama in Canada, Jordan played a very good role. When we played against England,
okay,
in Boston, Jordan played a good role.
No, what do you mean by a good role? Because he's supposed to score as a captain, or the striker of the side.
Right. So, like I said, Coach Bema, every player on the pitch, a role to play.
A role to play, okay.
If you play that role well, look, you have seen a lot of games where strikers don't score, but they play a role that is important for the team.
And allows other offensive players to score.
It happens all the time. So for me, my thing is, let's be able to ask the question, what was the role of Jordan in the team? If the technical team comes out to tell us his role, and we feel or we all know that then of course we would be able to say he didn't perform. But for me, I feel like all the guys showed up. The most important thing for all of us to know, and for every Ghanaian to know, is that this group of Black Star players showed up. They showed attitude, they showed character, they were ready to fight for Ghana, and they did do it. They did it to the latter. If you look at how they played, I think that they played above themselves.
So, per the coach was satisfied with the performance of our players. Maybe the coach at Catchers could have said, "This is the role I'm the man," especially Jordan. And you are satisfied with the role he gave. And
I think we are yet as an ESCO to look at or review the report of the coach or the technical team after the World Cup. Maybe when we are done with that, I'll be able to answer this question. But I'm talking from where I sat at the stadium and watched the games.
How do you see the future of this team at the core World Cup?
Yeah, so I was telling somebody, we seem to forget, going into the World Cup, we had lost some key members of the team. And on top of my head, I'll tell you, I mentioned Juku and Salisu, Kudus, Mohammed, and others who were supposed to be part of or play a key role in this team. Look, if we have the full complement of this Black Star team, as I see it, I think that it would be very difficult for any country to play Ghana. Because now what I see is that we have a good defensive shape. So now we need to move to the next level, which is how to transition quicker into attack. And if you have somebody like Kudus being part of this team, it means that we would have a fluid attack. I think what the coach has now, if he's going to continue his work, is to look at how he's going to deal with the midfield and the attack, transitioning into attack. And I think that Ghana has good potential. Looking at and this is a young squad.
Yeah.
And so for me, let's encourage this group of players they have a lot of years ahead of them. If they get the right direction, if they get the right support and the right encouragement, I think the sky will be the limit.
The weakest department in our team, because defense in the Ghana for admit it was solid. Goalkeeping was okay. But between the midfield and the attack, now Ube Kase candidly will share because we did weak kaka.
I think for me we need to fix a bit of the midfield situation. Okay, like I said, now we've been able to find our block behind. Now we need to look at how to transition. How do you transition? It means that you have to have a more fluid midfield, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I keep mentioning Kudus, for example. If we had somebody like that who could actually pick the ball for quick transition or just be able to break the defense line of the opponent with just a single pass, it's something that for me I'm looking out for in a team like this. Also, I think that we need to start looking at how to express ourselves a little bit more
in the game.
Yes, and of course it still depends on how your midfield shape looks like. In this our Ghana team, you see that we have a lot of wingers, very fast wingers, very explosive wingers, and so if you are able to get the ball to them quick enough, then it means that we can play. And so Partey was for me the best player for the World Cup because he had to do extra.
Yeah.
You know, if he had a bit of support with the other players around him, Caleb for me has shown that he has character, he has attitude, he has the energy. And so it's for me how to fix the midfield and how to transition quicker into attack. And I'm sure that these are things that can easily be dealt with. Yeah.
No, we are admitting, say, you need any Kudus in our team, with the exception of the Kudus. Because the Juma Kudus, so anywhere else, you know, be man replacing team a hold the ball, carry ball. I'll bet me my passes, no, split defense. No, we didn't have anybody like Kudus in our team.
Yeah, so Myxtro, what I saw personally, and again, this is my personal view, is somebody like a playmaker in the Black Star squad. Somebody that has that kind of attitude, that's somebody that has that kind of skill, that somebody that had that kind of eye to be able to, you know, take on defenders, to be able to break through the lines and be able to do what no player can do within that midfield setup. And so yes, you can mention, and I keep mentioning Kudus. I think if Kudus and of course others, I personally have some kind of view about Ashimero, for example.
Okay.
Ashimero is more fluid when we are in attack. Maybe his defensive shape is what needs to be looked at. But when we are on the attack, Ashimero is one person that can break the lines and that can do something. We need to look at. Of course, this is the technical team's work. But for me, sitting back, this is what I see. And so once we get these boys coming back into the team, I'm sure that we should be playing football.
Very well. I wish you for Asempa FM 94.7 at the home team. So the midweek edition of the Ultimate Sports Show and Yedi Asia live from the headquarters of Ghana Sports. Asempa 94.7 South Korea live Watakwa Mediama 92.9 Watakwa Anafe Watakwa de Asida 105.9 and also Yedem live on the YouTube Asempa 94.7 and so betimi monitoring na special guest Ghana Football Association Executive Council member Mr. Gideon Fosu and Yenino AD and Como. Now, Yabaye, I don't know whether the ESCO meet as a body. Now, Master decide what is the future for head coach Carlos Queiroz. What's the future?
So, Myxtro, ESCO is yet to meet after the World Cup. Of course, we've been talking amongst ourselves individually, but to meet as a group, we are yet to do that. Like I said, we haven't had the report from the World Cup yet, and so we haven't taken any decision about the coach or the head coach. I have heard rumors about 2-year contract.
2 years, yes. And you've heard the president of the republic saying that persuade the coach to stay.
Yeah, I think so. up until it comes to EXCO for ratification, I would not be able to confirm that or not. What I can say personally is that I think it's about time we just look at extending the coach's contract. For me, like I said, he has shown to us that he's able to defend well. If given time, what we have seen as a country with this team, if he can fix it, he would only need time. And so for me personally, I would support a move like that, but it's not come to ESCO for any ratification.
And 2 years, about
like I have said on your in your studio now, I would be
I'm saying, my chief want to say, I'm saying, I have Asempa. You need Joy FM.
Mate,
Joy need a bro for no bamo.
Me when I'm in catching Mate. I think that me personally need me person an extension, and so say by ESCO, I'm sure I'll be one of the first to say an extension. Yeah.
But Ghanaians are saying we can't trust Sebi coach at the age and then the defensive capabilities, because the say Black Stars ne di and any defensive and nobody defensive in Kwanzaa wouldn't mean a trophy bia and Ghana for be akasa after the World Cup because in fact to the point that the big say the GFA yourself in the president of the federation crown and will say you jam kwai crown na mo pemu baby fa near pay new breed of football administrators na komo beje e come sure say answer me what it bia dodo na so 80 more responsible you saying.
Yeah, my show me that's it. I first of all,
before
me question and me bisa ni say what is the way forward? Yako World Cup, it has been and data no show say Ghana yadia. I don't think say Obia would dispute that fact say Ghana yadia. And if you look at Nyoma other rankings which are coming out now, it is an improvement on the previous showing. Ain't yeah, sometimes and it's good to criticize, but I feel say as I say measured. And we have to be profuna ya me dream say say nyina yetimi ehwe baby a yefi ani baby a yekọ eni nyoma say ye de to akwam ye de do baby say ye do no enti ubisa me ametimi aka say Ghana ya there in this World Cup. Was it the best we can do? No. You bet me I hear anything better than the Nana. Yes. What are the lessons we have learned? We have to look at all of those and then be able to move forward as a unit. The me person me catch Ghana for you and say you call World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, ni England boy na me ni Ghana there, but me call for Ghana. Almost frame me almost say the way a Ghana nyina ni agi, the way a Obia she Black Star Jesse Obia ni agi. I was happy. Okay. And so for me it means that Ghana you do football. Should we continue to encourage these boys to even give us more than Omodimaya in this World Cup? Yes. Should we correct all the mistakes that World Cup I bet me a better team in our next showing? Yes. So for me, that's where the direction or the energy should be focused. As to where team where coming, I don't think for me is the way to go. Mamenka Asempa control. Yeah, ball England no. England entimi and Ghana. But guess what happened in England? They quickly jumped on Kweku Bonsam's Asemo Klan say Wachichi Hurricane, and it became a worldwide issue. Even CNN interviewing the guy. Meteor na mibisa me say, why can't the whole world be critical of the play on the pitch? Why can't they say say England couldn't break the defense line of Ghana. Why? Because the English press and everybody in England
narrative, no?
Yes, they did everything they could to change the narrative.
Yeah, okay.
Why is it that in Ghana it's the opposite? Even when team near the Nobibeka Kofa Sembi, no the Aba na beya Sem, I find that very difficult to and more so if we mean football for, and when I mean football administrators, football persons who are you call football people, then it becomes a problem. If we all decide together that this is the direction we are going, I think it would be good for us. We would see progress in Ghana football.
Now, ESCO no more the highest decision making body, but there be a trauma. Influence coaches, players, my Black Stars, any other. Other than more ESCO members, more very strong, capable, intelligent men and a lady. Nastel Amuntimin Kasamujai president, no influence squad.
Myxtro, I would be very quick to say, sir, I am surprised that this is coming from. I don't know if Obi question now Obi Samana now wow question, but what I would say, I mean,
Ghana for president influence
good, Mate, but for it to be a direct question from you, that's why I'm surprised. But I would quickly answer that. First of all, from where I sit as Gideon, there's no way I can ever agree to this assertion. Say, president of the FA influences player selection and I say brings players to come and play the national team. I would be very surprised, or I would say to anybody or Becca Sassem say unprove that assertion is very bad. And Myxtro, these are the things as in sema me no can studio hano pay BNA adena sa adiwe kwa betimi aye narrative mentia say eno should be a narrative. Adentina yentimi nka say let's yenhwe player bia yedinaba Black Star na yenhwe if the player qualifies to be there or not. Adentina yentimi have that conversation. Myxtro obia kasa same way chewa. I think say the first thing is okay yenfa player bia by player. Okay, player ben and I say president of the FA dia beshe team nim. Yenfa player yenhwe player no ni pedigree and I say yenhwe ni current form and you know
I'm for accusation ABC Barbara man Ketintin wa back to the Black Stars. Nyina what be Joseph Pentel wa make squad no because of so many issues are I'm for raising and major issues I may sure say concern to
this Myxtro wa bodimie no now edimie no yembisa ya hu say going into the World Cup no was there any other name that we should have taken to the World Cup that wasn't taken? Pentel. So out of the wingers now, you just have to tell me, say, okay, instead of a player and Pentel neko because of ABC. That discussion I can have. Okay. But Obika say Gideon na didn't play Habesheho and I say we na didn't play. I find it very difficult to understand these things. Okay. But maybe the masemni Myxtro. I think say Ghana no. As I say by now yenyina ye hu say yenyina ye wo rest say ye play to make sure say we project even the country Ghana the way it has to be projected. I think say, and we all know bad news travels faster than good news. As I say, you're very intentional about propagating good news. Okay. Otherwise, look, my more typical example. I'm on for can same with Debia say and a cat in and this and that, but people at CAF and elsewhere in the world hold him in high esteem. What is it about him that omehu into omu holding in high esteem? Is it something that missy and I say we are blinding ourselves to some of these things? I feel for me nipe be a managed to way. Yes, so be a on the good side and the bad side. I don't dwell on Obiani bad side. I feel that you have a good side that I can explore to make good use of what I want to do with you. I'll look at that. of course, bad side never you be discuss it, but I think say Ghana no we need to change the narrative, all of us. We need to change the narrative, all of us, including myself.
Yeah, the impact of minister the mamo will work happy. My working under several or some ministers before. Young Honorable Kofi Adams, the administration any contribution but the mamo resource wise call work happy. And all that. Send out
my show see mom in Cambro for by Ed in some me try to make describe it honorable minister. I think Kofi Honorable Kofi Adams are very upfront. First of all, he's very affable. I mean, very ubetimi approachy, at any time. Okay, but most of all, he's very focused on what the assignment is at any point in time. Me share or America na breakfast na maybe say na honorable yeah me U20 girls in there. Also Gideon America had a black star in nearby. You focus in na boys in nya there. Omo ya there we are. The rest would follow. It's like a ripple effect. Inti sisi the mayembo U20 girls in Como. I felt he knew exactly what he was doing in the US. He knew the assignment. He was very focused. Of course, Senya Okano, in Mwabia necessary the boy team. He was team hotel. And several meetings at a point when of course Ibrahim came to camp. Minister was there to receive with Randy and all the others. And for me, all of these things contributed to the performance of TV. So I would say Honorable was very supportive. Again, he knew what the assignment was, and that's why we have come where we have. Where we are now.
Gideon, my next question, my minion is say, Mr. Say, I didn't do World Cup any major tournament. Football people are very active. Ubia all hands on deck. We saw how we train how Ubia per se a coffer. But when they but in local league na yen shede who that vibrancy in a local league. Meaning, care about our league because I'm not sure some you're happy with the state of the league or Ghana had the way a league issues of officiating, the referee cap, bull and bull referees and all that, and also say a concern to you because I'm one day year World Cup and I say host car or class
my show first of all World Cup Sika 7 day I wish only members and come on because I'm not into that, but Maminka Wencho, even in America, we were having meetings about how to improve the league. We were having meetings about how to, get this season to be better than the previous season. But I'll tell you what, I'll run you through at least. I've been around for, this is my 3rd year, right?
Yeah.
As an ESCO member, I would run you through, as part of the ESCO, what we have been able to do over the 3 years. My first year, I remember, of course, before I'm a league, officiating fee and logistics for clubs and all of that had already been taken care of. Clubs like Division 1 Women's Premier, they absorb all those fees and we're giving them football boots, balls, jerseys and all of that just to make sure they support the clubs. That was before I even joined the ESCO. But when I joined the ESCO, you would realize from 2020 right? From 2023, there was an increase in your friends and sponsorship packages, even at the Division 1 level. Even at the time, I'm not Division 1 any sponsor. There was an increase in a friend saying package for the season. Football administrators, because we realized there was a gap in terms of knowledge, how to even promote your own club, how to ensure safety at the match venues, how to be able to ensure we are projecting the game, even videos. We're very intentional about even pre-match and post-match discussions. all of these ones we had to ensure that clubs were doing it. That was in that year.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would realize individual clubs would give you videos and pictures that would project their team. We wanted to ensure that clubs now know how to be able to personally have some financing for that.
But enough.
It wasn't enough. Now the next year we said, okay, how do we now get to levels where people would appreciate the match? And I'm talking mainly for Division 1 clubs. See, okay, sometimes your league no amount for show with TV so and social media the pitches na your boss no and but trust me, there are no pitches in Ghana. But we said, okay, let's be intentional. Now let's make sure it's a club license, any pitch that is going to be used is of a certain standard. Share TV so now who say, Ghana Division 1 a game you would like it. That was done. Initially, even clubs were complaining, saying pitches in. But at the end of the day, you realize, for example, you go to Tuba, you see about 3, 4, 5 clubs playing on that pitch because it is an approved venue. So it was very intentional. Now we are moving to levels where we want to be very intentional also about coaches. And so in America, we were having conversation. We said, listen, there's a gap, and I'm happy that. And the crowd before I made there's a gap in our coaching. Your friend is saying why? Because coaching course now due certificate even refresher courses they were not forthcoming. And to coach be or your license a coach about
the last 10 years encore refresher
into the modern trends of the game but or your coach or believe in your because of experience but if you talk about the modern game so we've noticed all of these gaps in our coaching your friend saying section and we are trying to resolve that going forward.
How?
Because now we said, okay, why don't we have and of course this has to go for ESCO ratification, but I can just mention just to make you know, say, and yes, we don't care about the league. We constantly are seeking to improve the league. They're looking at, okay, why don't we identify certain coaches who clearly have shown promise and then take them through a certain routine. So for example, take them to Europe, and this has started already. If you remember, about 5 coaches went out and they had to go and understudy. So it's something that we are seeking to improve. Now again, personally, I feel football starts in our schools. So why don't we now collaborate with GES to have these coaches within the schools also get education on the way we want to project the game. When we start from there, it becomes easier. Akwalabi obefi sa school system ni mo abe joining national team and now joining any club that foundation would already be there, and it will be easy for whoever that is going to take over to do. Inti Myxtro, I tell you, and that's the kind of conversation me feel say DBSS having. What are we doing to improve the game?
Okay.
What are the steps that you take it to improve the game? If we follow through these things and we listen to what is being done, Asempa Maka says, maybe it'll be a better idea. Because so much to Gideon Asempa, okay, maybe the way Kawana be way there, and you say, why not?
Okay. And the executive council member of the FA, Gideon Fosuna, Edin Command of Pay Live Asempa 94.7. We are now a question be also with me about the time. Let me say, I can't Gideon, you obey how many minutes?
5. 5 minutes.
5 minutes per account. Mati, we be part 2 at the right time because questions are ban be brinano. Idea who be here, see, Binya, and New Year. But young share contribution. Free aban ho de abaye football no so, and whether say enough because football no ehia, I mean development bebre na no Carlos Cruz de ne solidarity message be bab on say after World Cup ne ba ne wie no o say enuoma ye o Ghana ha no ye pese football ni nyini dia sa enuoma encomios bi ne won chenchen no ni nyina o say ehwe ne ye sa asem no ase kikamba makwam kakra mo ye enuoma bi ana ompe ana se aban no ana se timamufo how do you juxtapose that message or the buy and the contribution are buying the man going to the World Cup? Do you think say enough? And as a muguso as buying
my show. First of all, I think say and your money they be brio SSA and yet only a buying, but we be sa buying the memo but just to say a jumano a doso yenina ye a part to play Myxtro and then mino kasembi and then in England social English Premier League na se ultimu say referee we pa match out dear and koye, but the English press would never they will find anything or any way to ensure say they would suppress whatever negative connotation or the Bemasa officiating, and then Ghana, do we see that? Myxtro. Sometimes I feel say Obi Rao studio Hana Soba na so
maybe omo can create the can create.
No,
because the BBC now can I just say I mean the credibility of that publication also to me pointing out how the NCT
criticism is very good, but you have to have an objective as a country or as a footballing nation. I'll tell you. And then I may catch yourself. World Cup is start here. Ghana for BNG.
Yeah.
Omo ton jerseys, biso musika omo ye. Omo, in fact, even for the politicians, our bomudin. I remember say Yakobo Nigeria, Nigeria. That day I winning game now. It was that same day, and omo pass e-levy fee. Not a single Ghanaian talked about e-levy at the time. Because Obianiaji are qualified for World Cup. So if you look at Ghana, what football does for the country, I think that we all need to be very intentional about where the game neko. Okay, now my member back to government question. I think sir in 2023, right, or 2026, the petition be called Jubilee House at the command, then President ESCO.
Okay.
Yeah, and in that petition we outlined all the things we think that would help or government can do to help the game grow. I'll mention just a few because of time. No, one, we talked about having corporate Ghana to be involved in football, and that we can do by introducing tax rebate for any corporate. I'll bet me akasa obabe boama football akonenim no. You better pay some incentive at the mano. That was the first. Second one is and there's a share Champions League or Europa Heineken and sponsor me but Emra Ghana high na Emma any alcoholic beverage acquires or best sponsor football.
Yeah.
And in our petition that time, government in no reviews are because there are a lot of alcoholic beverages that can help the game. But omuntimimba because of Samra no. And three. And then so the equipment a bar for Black Stars. And I say the bar for clubs. Ghana you have to pay duty. Okay, that is another thing that you said, and these are all soft things we can do.
Yeah.
Another thing you feel says a government channel because if it's very clear, so when you may for Black Star and I said for Division 1 clubs and I say Premier League clubs to promote and project the game, we don't have to be considered to be paying duty.
Yeah, I get your point.
And then the final one that I remember was about tax that we pay. Okay, there are some sectors in this economy. There are friends sectors be Ghana almost tax different bracket near different because of the nature of omejuma Yes, if football, so we have to look at that, so that at least it would make it attractive.
Okay.
So these are some of the things that I personally think as a government a bit me about game. Bigger picture near infrastructure. Me can say that there are no stadium in Ghana. Inti say bit me see the idea AstroTurf ni na any standard. If sanka intentional ni na up to standard nanka Ghana ya will be bria bit me about matches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Mate. My final question and sana me be line no de ama Ghana for so to me abem kakra ni eja kwan ye. the issue of the sports development fund. Now I call Parliament up and down. Finally, under the able leadership of Honorable Kofi Adams, Yetimia passed the sports development fund. Oshe sources of the funding are stating clearly say some of them gate proceeds here, transfer players, and even players appearance fee, ni bonuses, percentage of it. I bet it and after a major tournament. Revenue benye nyina ebekwa kotum. Oh, and in this case, work up here kwe say the 8 million e buy, the 10 million e buy ya. Sikani nyina unlike before ebekwa consolidated na take akra dia ma federation na ban so afa dia ye ne nyoma. They say the nyina ebekwa the sport development fund mo. Do you have plans going forward? They say Sasi kana mudi kotuno mube have a way to propose to the minister to assess some of the fund na mudi develop your pitches because a man for complaining efe wa muni a stadium ma muntimi enye mo park kese a standard one a betimi aboa and so football ya so the disika kakreba my imagine say mube putu bibi on paper e de akoto minister nim say sports fund no ya sase mako work up the biaba Sikaka kana ebia $5 million yemfa mamo na mofanye a legacy project for the federation a bit me aboa development and also a come plan.
Yeah, Myxtro, I think say answer near yes, I can hope, but just to give you perspective, no, the last World Cup I call for example, Sika abinding ma FA no, it was targeted at a particular project.
Pram.
And that has been the case in any of the World Cup ayako. I think this would not be a deviation. Of course, it's a idea we expect that any ministry in Betinase to identify the need at this point for the development of football.
What are you doing about marketing team? No sponsorship. I am na and seven. No, is it mo 10 or I can just 1 year and I'm say 10 or sponsorship a problem kaka. What are you doing? I didn't know ya marketing team no more sponsors aba. And again, the final question among for episode multiple influence. Oh yeah, executive council member. Obe supported third term for the sitting president yes Okraku.
Okay. My answer first one. First one is about sponsorship. And were good fields. And I'm happy. And that's what I think the World Cup brings to everybody.
Yeah.
And Goldfields is a title sponsor for friends and Women's Premier League and also Black Stars, and of course to an extent some of the other lesser and as a lower tier groups.
Yeah.
Before I beef Yabeko World Cup, no, I'm sure who say now say about 8 different sponsorships.
Yeah.
And I think say the problem and where I sit, maybe issue are Division 1. Division 1 sponsorship no is and no na me share because of course and ejuma e dey share means no. And that's where I'm passionate about. I think that Division 1 no intimi marketing ye ma corporate Ghana who say it is the best that you can get.
When they say marketing ye
and then me too studio how we bisa me question me answer the correct. So Division 1 has 48 clubs and it is spread out across the length and breadth of Ghana. And it is a corporate na say upe mileage. I think say enye premier a Division 1. Oko Division 1 oko Bonga Hafu now share baby wamanafu Mighty Royals na say ultimate sponsor hono you're getting mileage already. Oko baby to say hohoi and I say oko Akachi, all of these places you were Division 1 clubs or more bobo. It is open mileage pa not just a Division 1 and yenya sponsors more, but because of your number no yentimi sponsors. I'm appealing to corporate Ghana say you shouldn't be looking at the numbers, look at what you get, the mileage you receive. Now Mumbra no sponsor Division 1 league no because I think that is where the development is. But Myxtro quickly and there most Division 2 clubs are in business. I didn't hear because of the structures that have been put in place for even marketing, even making sure say we are showcasing talent at that level. First, Nanka Division 2, Oche player, on top player. Division 3, Onupo din konkakra ni player no, or wani abefano. But in the Division 3 ton player amount, Division 1 about 15,000, 20,000. It's because now there's a certain angle that the game is going. And so I think we need to all embrace and make value out of what we are doing now.
Okay. Cut third term no.
Yeah. So again, I haven't heard Kurt mentions or quartet. So it will be a bit.
Would you support some?
It will be a bit premature for me to say that. But of course, if he wants to go for a third term, he has my support. And it's not because of say Ebia or Kurt, but it's because of where I sit. I feel say there's something good that is happening. If he needs my vote to be able to execute to the latter what his dream for Ghana football is, I'll give it to him. I feel say again our work is cut out for us as a nation. We need to look at where we are going and all of us come on board. Myxtro only on for more studio and I expect from and then on let's be very intentional about how we are projecting the game.
Okay.
To the extent say obi bana say opeso break your front now, we can actually stand together to protect the game. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
I was for Asempa FM 94.7. Yamfa 5 calls per na fi nyano kwan am say time no aso question tin de bebre na wa haba the time no aso anope e wa ebeda na sepa brofo no so mo fan chen the brofo no e basa 0302216545 and afi 0302216546 oba man pacho what question and why snappy uni question now contribution as snappy no be from so etimi aba oba so anu wadi wanu ni na yetimi akwanim. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Myxtro, good morning.
Yes, I'm Pacho Wayne.
Apache fan boy, because I'm Sergeant Gano.
When you Pacho me into it.
Okay, the master didn't say, once Ghana as a country, me crowd, the any blueprint there. Say that party A bar or the far left no kuja isi. The crab background no fire no the kuja the other side. So I'm just say. If you put conscious effort and say DNA na ye can was no obi aba ultimate to be the right way to go. But here's the case whereby obi aba or no an intentional or the babe or the govern Ghana football and I say any other institution where the best I think it's about time man you penning for the better say no more put Ghana sports first rather than their interest and that's idea. Whatever DNA you, whatever you Ghana football and Ghana sports and concerning these coaches matters so I think say Ghana coaches no be diminish more about a level whereby certain outcome then we see me SS me now opportunity to say me kwako justify our class folk at the time normally train wo 80 no me na Camera under 20 but assistant coach or under 20 can say men country manager say a high amount there no person try so beka o person ye nhye na funu no pay information but meanwhile no nipa no talent obetimi I exhibit no na mo push no but here lies the case where obi a dream you Ghana football so say it painful no be put conscious effort there. I think so be still there.
Mamena sepa 0302216545 0302216546. Hello, good morning. Yeah, Razak, Pacho Bibia Bokwa yon konteme.
Welcome to Ghana.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother.
So, on Ghana, Bibia de. Ebumba emwedi ne Bibia de anambwa.
Ase ho me ko man de o ken na man hu bi ntime den hu.
Oh, Mexico for ma ho fefe ne ma hu USA agro. But the way Ghana for ma de jomudi omo ho fe.
Me Pacho Gideon no ha yentiwe.
Uni member na baso abantie no in fact wayade one papa odu safo in fact ya na me ti o mun kan o media no so school members ndo so ba papa yi ne odu safo de ya meti o mon kapa in fact eno na oru akwesi entachi penso oru ajoje free mu ne oru apam mu nyina ye ya ma omo tumi ko mu ni ma kwaje under 20 eko ya African Cup final ni nyina boa na me de oru akete koku once ubisa no coach ye coach say ne some o kan no in fact ho no wanya no ye chen to be ya no coach some o kan say enya pitch ne so pen ye ball na ye wonyema bebre ye na ho no me say wo de nsem bebre questions be 30 ori mi no ano ma ho no wanya no ti ye pese ye gina ya gen share coach no ho ana o ra kete koku ne on kan hu say 7 years no ba ye in fact Ghana for the support be ye dia support no na yeni say over Kosiyen Techi penso no over Kosiyen Techi be ya FA president 2005 2006 in a call wake up ye koya 2010 ko baby could do baby emma under 20 kwaje African Cup je wake up mata ye over Kosiyen Techi penso o ye nima bibia but get by ye I was say or best support no on so ka to ko 10 run or best support no me bisa me say o ye get by ye qualify African Cup kwa the mine say wake up kwa ye kokora na hebedie ko group wake up we move ka say na say ye ko Ghana ya boy homo England na ma na Ghana for you say England no but your blood you
yenye ne snap na nipa do na
okay me that be bring Myxtro
ya me enka ho pa me but oba no ne snap na etimi apeke mo se ba ko bi na opesa obisa na say no anytime. Hello, good morning
Arena de
ya fabulous bibi abako de
anya boko crap America na okono one for man kobi militant one for man kobi the anya boko crap man na ko smash no
nyame de obeko Gideon wa ha Gideon Fosu a esco member
na bi tia Ghana phone nyina papa I want to Asempa station a am say edra no pass dia about best Ghana 33 million population and 35 million population no am say mo be say 20 million population and etie Asempa na me mo Ghana phone nyina abaso na me mo e say Asempa so abaso say mo boduma pa ya de bia ye wono the phone phone so nti no Ghana 40 cars ni twema trotro phone especially the mami cha trotro phone pa papa mami cha me nua Gideon ya mana kwa abaso say omode Ghana akote Ghana nim omakoton Ghana ama ewiase nyina so ayede ehu Ghana ya mo Ghana football association abaso what you say hwe de bia mpanifosi enipa be ye bi wa me ye ni nyina sebi yenu yakwesi antachi anabra panye kwesi antachi obeye bi ana na yenu yakete so ayede aba ono so eto aso omu se ontimi nya de Ghana fo nyina pede but wo se this time no se ye ane nuama papa odi egu akwan mu a Ghana football etumpon omu se yetian qualify for e fane say Africa Cup of Nations there but wo se World Cup ye ko ye ya wo se countries ya enim wo ma o ma ji World Cup ni bi kwada no na so modern ball World Cup no na se Ghana bia na to nsani ani a na e tell say Ghana e performance na e dey e ko soro ke be say o ma bay no ga e fane say Premier League no ya e bo krom ga mi say no o mo ani nya dey enko ho sika bia o say aban no e di sem onobu ko fikro bia yi di adam o say mo pedi sem no na Ghana football ni peda na next 2030 no
ya be qualify for World Cup na bia 0302165545. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Papa Myxtro.
Number
one coach ni Coach Abraham in Cancer. Don't wanna frame ya Purigu Chakapama. Papa Myxtro, maybe Papa no te ono. Chama Gideon Fosu. Le bona baso pa. It's everywhere. Juma o Yema Ghana no. Enya akro. I was say yes, or Juma pa or bona modern. And now to the GFE so. GFE, I think on my pa, my idea pa. But in my football, no, it was so much. With your black stars, you know, black meteors, a black satellite, and then under 17, a black starlet, you know. It was a almost now I'm a little bite town. It's say in my side, and I say my side ne Kosovo, and I'm my side ne so Bafom. You know, almost say member side no to me pedano a Kosovo. Then member side no to me pedano Kosovo. Then we can say yes, that I abujuma. But for now, dear, okay, there's more to do.
But the final two now, hello, good morning. Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Pacho, when you pay down, Nika Kramami. Yetio.
Number where is it? Now sound so sweet in the eyes, in the ears of people. They are very better now.
Hello.
Hello, Papa.
Family, Pacho, when you?
Pacho, me fresh Asempa.
Meet you, pa.
Papa Macho, Michelle. Hey, Tata. But I have been said a ben of Bagana. Obviously, because the issue now already very, very important. About last week, we released similar issue for one of the sister cities. I was national team, ministry, or national team, DFA, then sports authority.
Okay.
Because those days, from Ikuma time, Chapon time, all the national teams, they were under National Sports Council.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Kohasma. I need him for this agenda. I see a minister, no proposal to Parliament. Parliament Committee on Sports, I'm going to take that issue up. Because national team might go out from the GFC.
All right. Okay, Mate. Yada sepa yamfa friend nyina nsia Franco Trading Enterprise adaroma Nokia phones, Samsung, iPhones, smart TVs, ne Franco air conditioners, ne nyina washing machines ahodo microwave nyina no Franco na kofa papa e dia badwama so ebo no so ye 40% discount and o de amount ti ba bia o Ghana ha Franco adansidie ne doson wo de ana so be friend no 0244 422338 and 0555 939311 Franco Trading Enterprise was still phone papa efie enho anopay omo eke ho Kwampu Ghana de go rush season no ene de aba achede ne dawson otiase utobi ni echobi we the ultimate football experience and a Kwampu Ghana de abebo wabobo ano a enya asem kuma Ghana giatum enti oti wo ye den be bia be fa bia bi se akira kwan wadu dwaman so a wo se ope Kwampu Ghana store uruama adansidie no bebre na ena onsa ebetumi aka anope wo nyina ya aboafo a sika fam Omaso Yasina, yade the midweek edition of the Ultimate Sports Show no at the bar. Gideon yan rapi up na fe em say no breno ko dawo fro na yemfa part 2 no ensign enti be da ben
Myxtro, you have one
yeah,
I think so. Two quick responses or questions are
funny.
First one here, I think so. Kase man coach.
I coach in the message or the buy no kase new maybe war you perceive football in Guinea. New maybe a war one channel. I'm not talking about minimum interference and the behaviors and antics of the football people and
so I happen to be part of a interview coaching team. I'm sure said and then a in some more debate. I think even the interview no can say he wishes on more time. That was the first. Second one was even in Kofana or person Juma, right? But because of the time Senka Yemasa Denisia, he wouldn't have history of the team because by in a very short time to work up Meboa. And if Senka Obia from the technical team was not there, no any team, new team, but he would have struggled. And those were some of the considerations I call your decision I take here at the time. I think the coach, he's a professional, like I tell you. No. Most of the Nyoman can has to do with even the shape of the team, and one of the things I talked about, Oba Rhode Island. I felt the privacy for the boys wasn't there, and it's something I'm sure he would point out. But like I said earlier, the report neighbor maybe the part 2 we can have report would bring.
The breakdown, no. Then influence and problem.
Exactly. Then I can come and speak to it. But me side, and I think these are the things he would probably be mentioning. And ma football. Myxtro say me betina na man ka ma football. Me to me.
Da hu kuta.
Me go so. I think say U20 in Mano Eco World Cup, U17 in my Eco World Cup. Me no ka say Black Queens Morocco, right? Ain't the for in my football no the same thing na for in Mema and Maming Checho Mukaka. So you realize it's a generational gap no for the various national teams no was too wide. So in the past no, so about U17 would next showing about U20.
Okay.
Would next showing after U20 black U23. If you want now call Black Stars and local Black Stars, maybe. Anti player obe who so boy U17 so when Timmy and making to U20 pet no I hear him.
Okay.
Anti the decision by the ESCO was to say introduce generational groups within the Naya Water than and then U15 men and women, U16 men and women, U17 men and women, U19 men and women, U20 men and women, U23. And it's a player no who U17 that's our prospect crana. We say transition obeko U16, obeko U17, obeko U19, obeko U20.
Okay.
And the girls need the year because me akase and the U17 man about 3 of the U15 man omo U17 and my team. Oko U20 man about 5 of the U17 man omo U20 ma. Oko Black Queens and now U20 man be about 6. Our Muka Black Queens into ultimately say sir decision now ESCO ni take here no is yielding results on the women's side. Okay. And we have to now look at a men side no, and I like what the caller said. Yes, I say a share men side na share if there are any challenges that we need to fix so that the who or mano be who or men also sir.
Oh, okay.
Myxtro meda for us.
And because I rate the last 7 years of this FA over 100.
Okay, so no. I always say you have to put it in perspective. Last 7 years, where was Ghana football? And there, where is Ghana football?
Do your rating.
If you ask me, I would say that we have done a good 80%. But the me say, baby, I say you do know. If you look at it personally, then it means we are somewhere around 60. That is my personal view. But for me, baby, 7 years ago, now Ghana football, any baby I was to say, I think 80% of the work is done.
Okay, GFA Executive Council member Gideon Fosu and Anopei, Asia with the headquarters of Ghana Sports. Branding Tia, they know ABCA. Na ya dan ye hon abasisi ya ba mo messages nyina maybe to me boss na ma kind of bako na fe promise odi ama say part 2 ne beba so eba so a yetimi ato aso na fe yetimi agemo question na fe yetimi edin come live was Asempa 94.7 South live wo yetakwa media ma 92.9 and afi watakrade aseda 105.9 enye asemkwanti edinu esi ha na ya dai ho aba sisi a dai ho aba sisi a ye ba ya na afi iwi a yetumi ededi aka nyina no ede atoaso ehon tiewei me ba sisi a me dey Myxtro stick and stay. Good morning.
We dey blast them. Who dey blast? We dey blast them. Who dey blast? We dey blast them. Blast your teeth. Blast your teeth every day and night. After eating before bed, blast the gems away. The sugar jam, we go blast them. Fufu jam, we go blast them. Rice jam, we go blast them. We go.
When it comes to your teeth, fund the World Cup. Brush them twice daily with Pepsodent, now in limited edition packs. This advert is FDA approved.
Jack Patabare Vimanya Cool.
Wado! Obia wodi otiaro pa ania Neso adonumra eye bibia ewo Asempa FM 94.7. Bibia jumadi fufra ye dia Asempa FM Monday to Thursday 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Obadoma. Bibia wo bisa traffic na chia. Ye mechi bibia be doji afa anyom no so. Dia de be na eko. Training stories and Philistine na. Esu mi sadi so. Mesia ma. Nemu menkan chobia o. E be ko konsa dia ye mia. Just bibia jumadi wa Asempa FM so. Edishia me Monday to Thursday 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eye bibia
Say a quantum wisdom, ye can you nim, na one could be na yell satism, and no matter be na Ghana edition nemu won performance, the otia when you beji, and it your rubber who.
Your cry, yes, slow at all a year 20 inches. 3 days yet to be wait a crow.
NNT Tiabruchen Como, Aqua Manqua, Akuntejo, Edinburgh Asempa 94.7 FM so.
You remember that I say you are no woman on it. You almost see a cacra. You almost will who know. Yes, we are here. You need Tracia. Near Cabum.
Remember Debia, a bonusia, a pemusea, a question of what you change your home, or abruche, said the Yaku, any diabedrufie, the Yahu, near her, the ye, near the Abba, the Anyano, and you can say, yes, I say, Abruchin come on a dim, tintimpa.
Yaberan Woma Hudwa, a one performance why you bet me the Abua Ghana. I'm not funny to my pefra. Or my impuntu, na have what a sign. Passport won't send some. Nina, yet a bro, a wa bruchin como to medium. Yabesas one wakwanya, no watch your wagon.
Robert David, make us a free Germany. Kobe. Yeah, Amsterdam. Concept no word for our chief where woman and an animal, a chairman and no multitude. Umukuran after program, no after project, no more.
Shannon, say a minute of beer, 6 p.m. Near Abruchin Company.
Hey, Myxtro, Charlie. It's all in check crowd. Never check. That's all Samsung Care Plus. And I don't see a thing. Actually, Samsung Care Plus. I got my phone screen. I said so. Utias ka kitty be pet. Let's phone number sharp. And Galaxy S25 and also can hope S25 for A3 so Z Flip Z Food. Ding now more. Utoya na we do go send creative. Answer them before you assassin. Oh yes, oh. Now what you tell me yana toy? When this is na la Jenny was out.
Samsung Care Plus or Samsung Galaxy phone no buy it. What top phone register what Bosumi Bako and I name your center. Call samsung.com/Africa and now Samsung dealer. Yahoo.
Say a bano electrical appliances baby bako pe and now be near papa nani wolf Franco smart TVs every 32 Edicosi 100 inches air conditioners washing machines blenders microwaves kettle cooking stoves your Samsung with CCTV cameras any your crystal clear never phones any accessories abi you know that Franco number 1 Burua Franco shop be a benwo nekwajo electrical appliances yatete small fresh 0246 422 338 and 0555 939311 and www.francotrading.com ubetimi ako app store any play store no download Franco app Franco still phone papa
The future of finance is digital, and the future starts with a conversation. How can technology expand financial access, empower small businesses, protect consumers, and drive inclusive economic growth? Join EcoBank Ghana and Joy Business for the inaugural EcoBank Joy Business Financial Dialogue Series under the theme Driving Financial Inclusion Through Digital Transformation. Be part of insightful discussions on digital banking, mobile money, fintech innovation, cybersecurity, and the future of financial inclusion in Ghana and across Africa. Date Tuesday, 28th of July, 2026. The EcoBank Joy Business Financial Dialogue Series, shaping the future of finance in Africa. Don't miss it. Live on Joy FM and Joy News. Physical attendance is strictly by invitation.
Mula Sports. See the all sharp, no long thing. MulaSports.com.gh. Start to win, instant cash out. MulaSports.com.gh. Sports, we they run the city. Play, win, cash out. Yes, play and stand the chance to win Mula at mulasport.com.gh. Enjoy premium soccer action, exciting trips on the aviator plane, and exciting spins on all your favorite virtual games. Mula Sports. More Mula. Bet responsibly. Gambling can be addictive. Not for persons under 18. This advertisement is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana.
Hello, baby.
It's your TV, dear. Ade.
Charlie, where I will get correct TV by?
Max buy.
Baby,
Go to Max Buy. Pick any TV you want. I will sort it. Sorry. Baby.
Fridge we did it do. You need a new one.
Go to Max Buy. No, so Max Buy. Fridge na ye make up man. Se sani nyina akofie. Babe, oh. Madam, if you want mobile phones, Max Buy. Washing machines, Max Buy. Sound bars, Max Buy. Air conditioners, Max Buy. Even if you want long life and prosperity, Max Buy.
Can even buy now and pay later with Max Buy. When it comes to quality electronics, one name leads the conversation. Max Buy.
For further enquiries, call us on 054 401 9552.
Mrena so ewo compugan agu kensia edimu mreno ena asuyo o sebo eni padom eni vuvuzela no aye crado sa World Cup season eyade agu pramaso no be ye de enu nti fa brefie se de be abetimi atena na wagyegyira dem no wahwe ne yie beto crystal clear television powerful sound bar any home theaters laptops phone any projectors yate teso we enya discount sales keko to bibi 3,000 Ghana cedis eko ne raya raffle draw nim ubetumi awini 100-inch 4K TV phones laptops any achede bebre keka ho tuturumika se a eko CompuGhana showroom bia e benwo anase shop online ewo CompuGhana.com fresh 0302 752020 WhatsApp is 0243 143 143 CompuGhana Go Rush season the ultimate football experience.
Agukansi Brenaswo. Afi World Cup no. Electromat dia chede dinamudin dindine. To TV boni 5,000 copy 15,000 Ghana cedis. Ewo Electromat shop PM. Na ya jaw DSTV decoder. Ane busumi bako subscription na. Wona be DSTV free. Na tayo yenya wie ya kra. So what to higher free 468 liters. Ana higher TV 50 and 55 inches wa Electromat. Ya jaw TV 32 inches free. That's right. Just the way to TV na you extra TV free. You better know Electromat piano. Ya mo wa chede be ti say iron, blender, mini sound bar, any chede kika hu bebre. Enti onia ye tamwe. No bore Electromat shop PM. Anato no online www.electromat.com.ga. Na be mo discount any free delivery on Karabe Bia. Kaise promotion ye shake akada ho.
Ayampo se akwantuo mu nsem ye ka ne duonim na wanko bia na yew sa atesem enoma bebree na Ghana de hye namu wonkofo amanso de wote woni beje ene de owro ebeho
hwekura yewom yesi slow ato eya 20 inches 3 days yet bimfie we eyekro
NNT Tiabrochen Komo, Aquaku Amankwa, Akuntejo, Eddie Bro was Asempa 94.7 FM so.
It remember that it's in your woman on it. You almost see a cacra. You almost will who yes, we are here. In that Nasia. Near Kabum.
Memory Debia, a bonusia, a pemusea, a question of what you change your home, or Abruche, said the Akuhu, any diabedrufie, the Yehu, near her, the ye, near the Abba, the Anyano, and you can say, yes,
say, Abruchin come on a dim, tintimpa.
Yabera no man who do a won't conform my so you bet me the Abua Ghana. I'm gonna fun it to my pefra. Or my impuntu, na have what a sign. Passport won't send some. Nina, yet a bro, and what Bruchin come with you, Medium. Yabesas one more quenya, no watch your wagon.
Robert David, because of free Germany. Kobe. Yeah, Amsterdam. Concept no what for. I will take where woman and then Asempa and no Mutipi. Mukran also program, no matter project.
Shannon, say a minute the beer. 6 p.m. Boganie Abrochen Company.
Asempa etia. Obanyansa fuso omunie wan kana asem. Tema futu sam kakre wa supreme.
The National Pensions Regulatory Authority, NPRA, is the regulatory body of the pensions industry in Ghana, ensuring the compliance of the 3-tier pension scheme, being the mandatory basic national social security scheme, first tier, managed by SNET, a mandatory fully funded and privately managed occupational pension scheme second tier, and a voluntary, fully funded and privately managed provident fund and personal pension scheme. Employer enforcement has been beefed up, and therefore we are entreating all employers to enroll their workers onto the first and second tier mandatory schemes and pay their contributions. Failure to do so will result in prosecution. NPRA, ensuring retirement income security.
Jack Batabare Vimanya Kuo.
Wado asie. Obia wodi otiaro pa ani awia. Nanso aduru nbra. Eye bibia. Ewo Asempa FM 94.7. Bibia jumadi fufra. Yedi Asempa FM Monday to Thursday 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Obadoma. Bibia wo bisa traffic netia. Ye make sure baby obedoji afa. Enyom no so. Dia de ben eko. Training stories and Philistine na. Eso me sad so. Mesia ma. Nemu menkancho bia o. Ebeko konsa dia yemia. Just bibia jumadi wa Asempa FM so. Edishia me Monday to Thursday 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eye bibia.
Syntax Tango. Syntax, hey, tough, hey, strong. If you want quality, this be where you belong. Syntax, hey, tough, hey, strong. Oh, gonna shout and sing the song. When the sun they hot, Syntax no break when the rain they fall. Still no shake. Builders they choose and plumbers they prove. And any project you they start.
Okay, I'll see you soon. Why, baby? Hey, my me say enra my boyfriend akwesi obo *959# when the phone so. Na we win.
Anita, and the what doggy parko?
Oh, wonso a. Akwesi asanso aba number 1. Ya ma adwen na ho. And then was so ye me show papa bi. Na me de tosa me short sexy dress no. Na me sesa me ti. Na me ye me nails no so come on.
Oh, no.
Me fa uba. Make I do some small 1-2 rounds be answer me doing ho. Na we tria. Hey, Nana so he for order. So Chinese any wine papa bi. And they mean this I check no.
Hey, Anita.
Na sa ni mia when you hear TV bi no. I also say sound. Not to prepared. Na me chilly esimu. I no go fit sweat like that. See fine girl.
Hey, Anita.
Jesus.
Baby I want to know jina Mr. Remember dial *959#. Our iPhone app akotoma on so. Na wanga senya usika so ate.
Sister, next time kati call no what? Dial *959# and I call 590mobile.com.gh. Not to be 590 mobile. Head down some.
Okay, I'm sure for Asempa FM Senior 94.7 dan ho etwa ho kwaji aboafo nkrato kakra bi yeda sese stelano modan ho ene yen ete abadwafo atenase Samuel Kwadade Yenchi sports director atenase yenkoi na fe interesting point of interest yenko famra na fe dia kachi no yatumi ede awie na mahyem bo se messages nyina wa akiri amebewe na makenkan nyina ede amamu sanso na ye sorry a ni nya break kakra besan bi lines no ede atum na yaje mo frɛ no so kakra ansakra na ya say bye bye. Chairman Majen.
Yeah, yeah.
Chairman na bibia bako.
Yeah, tinkwam ne do body ase. Ne do body ase. If say anope obehena ye de obi kwa yaresa bia. Yeah, but obi a tesa nyame enhwe do so. Nti utibi gina wo na so. Se na mota aka no na moja di afro. Sania wo mu a. No wada nyame ase. Na waye ne sese wo ye.
No kre.
Da atiefo ne ahwefo gina ase. Amafo bomb sombo say adana minyimanimu o
ene de aba I think there's high time ana
omunya wote
sebe
me kasande wote
kasande we mbete kasande
no momo
na region here den
meba Unimba Zaka say oti come the pa lawyer PJ Muze PJ good morning lawyer Kwagu
senior
say you call Glasgow
call
Team Ghana I wild some of the medals beba nti ye bebo ana Yera Samsidin parafor no Tahiru mu so no you know wa support
me information class parafor no e be 2 nra even the Samsidin create 2 nra
okay
and arrangement here because the whole of the competition no year under GOC into more share GOC ni beto to nioma.
That's right.
Na fi.
So far they're so good.
Yeah, come
on. Say si be buy.
Yeah, the barrister.
But church and them so far so good.
Yeah.
Nke be hwe say GOC media attaché minim who am so say si be na be say adwuma no.
Am so the media personalities four
na. And something do.
And yeah,
something like something like
MPs in Kwana for the and I say media for very fully represented pa.
Well
but it's good.
Well as a zanka say wa nyana fika see me and phobia ni wachia
and the hard
na and something ba me no obika me no obika pa
asemo
okay. I can't say we wish them all the best. Omunkoti and no medals in Ray. Because Abdul Rashid Saminu yeah. As a boot to your quartet na
team na.
Amobeko. Nti I heard the omunya one say but Nigeria ni be piemu. We can do diamond ibi on meet be on here no. Nigeria ni enemy meters anya asem ketwa.
But Nigeria they are no munye ho e ba sprint ne dia.
Mo mutimi piem
ba ku bi
no bi na ya hwe ana African so bot table tennis ma ko afaje no mu boy adwuma ya hwe Ghana for no dodo under 15 under 19 hono ne
Chema say some year disciplines bi ha na say sport bi wa ye nheda
table tennis en kanye bad sanka we be fight it for Nigeria guy ono about we junior level tournament
under 15
into hono talent no how say timi ahwe ne as ye hwe dodo so yeah hwe dodo crowd
ya hwe so ne ye hwe komuden na say ye
organize
na we corrections na
under 19 boys say am say nra na enya Benin fo bi ball trainer ne ade but Cote d'Ivoire say timi ball 3-0 a man in him, man, that's a share to 24 here. Uganda, for instance, last time boy 3-1, and we under 19 girls. I'm so born under 15 under 19.
Okay.
Yeah, you ever heard number 24. I say you two a tentacle never baby. Now, of us, our voice no.
Chairman of Fosu Wari Solomon.
Esco Penino, what's your friend?
Gideon of Fosu.
I know the club and the bar Esco.
Crystal Palace Division 1.
Oh, okay. Over Kasai, just now. As no one take no. I know.
Said Adiwa Buchini. I know Mukasaba could be a natural of him. Natural of him. Nene Casabia,
Cabrofosa,
Nene Musa.
As I know, I may movie and Tino Cano. To Akasa, you ever has a Kosomo for the Musomone Brofo, Kosomo International. I'm so damn over Kohokra, say, Kwakubo of Oswara voice in
more a year, the national circles a year, chairman Solomon of Fosuwari. It's about a year Gideon of Fosu. That's right. We are Solomon of Fosuwari, chairman Solo, Yentian Koma, chairman Solo, Eribijai, Inti.
I don't have any problem. But Ubia, Wabaya Kotoko Jumada, so we management, so we coach, so we
Asempa FM.
Me say, Ubia Kotoko, no Sambaye Kotoko I don't have any problem. But Ubia, Wabaya Kotoko Jumada, so we management. So we coach, so we wine. Na obresoya okoye. Why you be tia kotoko? Ye de adwuma ma many. Ye Pentecost for ye kwere ade di kura ye ka. Say enipa ne nso no ho hwe. Asa no anu kuru ana no. Asa no wadi aduane ne bi. De onum kuru ana no. Na odi aduane se de ense no. Onum di e de atemu eba wono ankasa ne so. Besom no na megidi. Why ye kotoko adwuma? Obraso. Oko asembia ni ho but wabaye kotoko coach wabaye kotoko management member oko ya na wo say player A player B o contract na kra me renew wabo player bi anson afi fa abu sensors na kra nya de papa ma mo ye nyina munyai ehunhia ade bia wo say ba kotoko wafa kwati kwan bi asia no wa amana ma so waye yes ane ma etiti saa ne bia esa santime ewurase kotoko ne ye bosom dia so wo say ba ye kotoko adwuma ma kotoko sika wo say di bia abosom ne ubedi ma asema mbese mechiri mu ano Bese ubia ye kotoko no san ba ye kotoko bi I don't have any problem but ubia wa ba ye kotoko adwuma da sɛ woyɛ management sɛ woyɛ coach sɛ woyɛ hwan na obrɛ so ya okɔɔyɛ wayi biribi ati akɔtɔkɔ yɛde adwuma ma wa manye yɛn Pentecost for yɛkɔ awurade adidi kora yɛka sɛ enipa no nso no ho nhwɛ asa no wanom kuru ana no asa no wadi aduane ne bi de ɔnom kuru ana no na odi aduane sɛ de ɛnse no ɔnom di edi atemu ɛba ɔnom ankasa ne so mesom no na megidi wayɛ kɔtɔkɔ adwuma wo bra so oko asembia ni ho but wabayɛ kɔtɔkɔ coach wabayɛ kɔtɔkɔ management member oko ya na wo say player A player B o contract na kra me renew wabo player bi ansom afi fa bu sensors na kra nya de papa mo amoye nyina munyai ahunhia adeɛ bia wo sɛ ba kɔtɔkɔ wafa kwatikwan bi asia no wa amana ma so wayɛ saa ne ma etete saa ne bia ɛsa santema ewurase kɔtɔkɔ no yɛ bosom dia sɛ wo san ba yɛ kɔtɔkɔ adwuma ma kɔtɔkɔ sika no wo sɛ di bia abosom no ne ubedi ma asɛm mpɛ sɛ mekyiri mu ano no
okay enti the global supporters chairman Solomon Ofosu Wari na what is what the
kɔtɔkɔ supporters na nya circles bi wa
almost circles no but we no ye global
difference near there.
And say circles and the highest stage in the national circles. I be Ghana Hankwa, but global idea transcended beyond Ghana.
90 war Ali Madonna Tea Bruce on your circles member.
Or John Circles or her. Or John Circles or her.
Oh, I say the same group.
The same group.
Supporters now, Kotoko supporters now. But your global. And your circles. I want different leaders and I say for maybe solo and your
movie. It's a global no abe more or less like the in fact
also bre.
Maybe because you say the national chairman. But you say the national
chairman.
National circles chairman.
And no master
global.
And say go beyond the into your Kotoko global. Who sunyaya we Kotoko global supporter.
But still the circles are there. Still circles and you need a quote I say you be meeting chairman for so be meeting with Abraka. We a circle member also meeting my baby. Any identity.
And I'm say be a process of metamorphosing brofoneso amo Daniel Muhweni aye global maybe a process ni mo
because don't forget before the circles or warriors or within the
them some betugu warriors they say Ali Madonna na be
but now among 40 year formation now want to say omo eye PRA na say okay lawyer crackers or no so betie another supporter group within the into no there
okay so Brasolo Asemi. First of all, the analogy Pentecost may be able some the Enfa. Traditional religion and Christianity. Pentecost as a Christian religious group. And Bibia Sebe Asantimeru Akase Kotokon. Mimi Yususa we make us see a some majority as okay. But ono Yusui and now boy you ready. Into that comparison there, Miss Rena. Ne thing about don't take the communion on dimension, but say a blessing, yes, correct. But say analogy no emfa. Na yefihini abeduhin. Ade David Obinya akunti no dis ankomo ya na.
Sana man for keka.
Said David make I say bribi no say obi player be contract issue by and no chance so contract ni mu terms na very good into uncle and one be boa na nya club for that was then and akoba say crofo susu say board fufuro yi appoint Eric Tinkley ya ma David Ejuma bio
exactly sana man for
na we no na just say also wo de no me be ba wo also
I say
so your ma kotoko Ejuma say on say in principle yes say why kotoko adwuma da na minim say Paul Adomo kire bibi etwam na kotoko PRO ebe time no me ade enti ene say Paul Adomo kire lawyer esan ba ebe kotoko adwuma oni ni problem as far as say obeye adwuma no wanye bibia enti kotoko oja ye no okay
to ye bibi tia kotoko
to say David allegedly akoba say you can say or share say player no be corner
ni advisory rule to the player
today akutia ni mnira
za pepepe na
mamen kam krom ka mpanyin si ansa na menkan so be sinitias na woni asase aka kire no what is it
Matias pa
enti onim ni o person kan na so nim so or a bold person to come to the
Combina nunca. But sending na the same
thing. You and my body.
But I'm moody, but also.
Na make my body. It's the other than any. Or then the water, yes, a bear no. But you see, the larger picture. You can one say our cultural significance.
Okay.
Me quite be so Kobe. Akwa ba unu ya na sem no kan no. The cultural significance say. Unza kotoko ya akone kotoko has of folk na big clubs.
Very huge.
Na Africa.
Mighty.
Otiazie. Na football ya di nipa na eye. Aname boa.
Enokre.
Enti yafum kunso a yafum nya den.
Yafum nya.
Yafum nya enti say even at all David Obinyako in me yusuno in contest for nipa dudu category of people of say oh yeah kotoko adwuma ana obaye wie koye no oh yeah bibi tia kotoko enti enei no say ko base e besan mo adwuma na wo je a ebeye no me ama
o de wa hwe ho manye
examine yourself
ho manye
set pronouncement that the friction ba at the big friction about the fan base of Kotoko. And now if you hu Kotoko professionals who say Kotoko adwuma na ye no a business say ye boa money ye at the friction kese pa betimi ade aba
na no ba ku sign ba similar one by ma mentwe adwene isi so kakra okay say the Dr. Kwame Che board na yenua ba evidence answer so Emma and Zimbabwe by Omati say in Siasa back no. A man for say, okay, say no refer to say Zida be a becadem. No refer say Zida 90 and San be an eba no.
Me as an observer from afar. Naja say Chairman Solo dear. Anka near Mwedi no muninko.
Aye.
Let's have a very new beginning to an extent. Sabi nyasa amfui kwana nimdie wo mutrim. Ano metimi ayo kotoko adwuma amane ye. Say ne eba yakofa tinkler. He has never come near anywhere kotoko. Anywhere Ghana coaching job. And yakofa na ba ntinka bia onu nyaaya. But wo ye ne sa no. Sabi sa afui nso wo abusuafo. Sa afui wonamfo. Safo won cruise almost come betimi de opepa adi kotoko achi na o mane nya adwuma nya sebe a bia na no kakra be kona no yi sebri bi atwam so de azumi without admitting or yamfum so bimpo a eno no you are kicking people away ana.
What are you telling even the board nanga say ya appointment they didn't have person catch them
aso no mo nya adwen
no but yes now as we be inside your supporters against decisions of the board.
Yeah, but nia wo ye kra no no pay na obi sa call say an Eric wad inside supporters no. Say asimesi nti na make us there will be that cotton wo say we against the.
Yeah.
What I say. Yeah. But board no say onu oni so ana.
There be oni board.
Ana coveted management team here the your friends saying
national chairman
Global
David and TV biasa.
Oh, and on to the bossy. On to the bossy. Much as say, or the passion with which me did say, or the Casano or the good for Kotokono. Nipai Kotokobe here, Kotokoya Nipadodo, Abba Park. Well, one of the big issues I actually settlers say you share best starting season. Park and Nipanko. 2 places so far Paya Accra Stadium ne Kumasi. Kumasi so far more. People were not watching Kotoko games. I mean how now resource name man before I saw resource makra. Now Krofo
yeah.
Onwa Kotoko de omu game ba nkra bebo Africa no. He went round. He had to go round, soliciting for fans from company Phobi and some omutimi fans ni befi Kumasi ni other places. Abankran. Now, Oma Sebe, Omu willingly ebe ba be hweboa. Me did say, your focus na enkoho. Focus no say global, say circle so no more reasons omu ne ye. My bra ko bi aba na one no.
Ma answer to this hello Kwaku message. Good morning senior. I have some beliefs, as Solomon Ofosuwari said. If you have not dealt with the club in a just and fair manner, why return to the club?
Mentiazi.
Now just unfair menti mo de mo kana si. E dey no ye. E dey no ye ya enyefe.
Say David na make say.
No say David dey no ye ya.
Allegedly no say player
back contract
contract
Kodokode
amami say man so emu na ho we dey me from
any time I know free ho ana. Ai. Masa. E dey na mo Asempa ni. Enti obi ntumi consult obi.
These are
me fan say say me has ejuma. Na me free has na player bi di yaba te say na Obin Junior me na me
representative
na wa ba na obeka chem so has for we na so Obin we di emwa
maka say we di kotoko abroad you pay bibia kotoko no na me can say in David's case you pay bibia kotoko no you na bro
masa munyai sa
nipa na kotoko na wo de ko bibia
trivia munyai sa nipa no at the end of the day no adwuma na obey or the competence no eno ne hia which me aye and I want to mean that is the most important thing.
Administrative impact. You may lose
very at that time he's not working for Kotoko anymore. If he's not working for Kotoko, no be consultant no zomano advice aboni ben why.
Advice is on Kotoko.
And then and also on cancer and banse mufa kakranka.
Munyaza. For you know. For you know.
Kotoko the funny
whatever God you be carry out.
Fine. And David Kwambe no the fear. You can't David because or no na same way service chairman solo na bi onya akukudro money di.
Money di ya.
Yeah, say at that time no, ya pamona no no reason.
Ya pamo no.
Administration
omo we ni dey. Oni na na amponsa. I see then they left. You am pamo
no. The friction beba the fan base.
No, this issue no more raising no. Ebema supporters ni be nya adwen bi.
I was solo na
David and I make but they shouldn't have even raised it.
Some well meaning Kotoko fans be so a certain category so be solo so tutu. I say Sabi because he's the leader of the fans so.
Yeah. What's the raise idea we not just
a unifier. Now there's a team no better position.
Exactly.
So why are you coming out then? Ebeye BBC. Me did say the passion
say David Onye Kotoko supporter be one.
Oh yeah. Me did say
aside everything. The fan say Abu Salam no ekoti omutimi. No mo ye house for. Nti mo ye house support. Mo no hia o make house asem. Abusalam show na etim na moye ni sei ono be ka hasa Moses Parker mediama o share de bia ono be ka hasa because house no ye ne first love as na what ni team
clubs what Ghana
what was that no it is ono ni player ba house no so money ma house o kokotoko I just why house bro
senior man Betel United Agama
yeah.
Abaka say so kakotoko oh Shekla and passionate for youth development oh we no he addressed what Kotoko should do and has said muna moye mpanyifo munye bibi ni but tuti mu say Kotoko moja nda
no because Agama e Kotoko Agama minimum no oye bofo akwa Kotoko yeah minimum ne dada nye ne enti no se wate bechema na say ni player say or ton player na has ba na has open na Kotoko open also Kotoko
and now say obi send me message say e bia na o throw warning into the air because no crese David ba e bia is likely say e bia na na amponse din base map
David dey me mate so oba
wadu
Oba as branch manager
communication and branch
obetimi aye
oh why na so oba ye bi me hu ye obetimi aye he has
solo look at the positive side of things you know your friend no positive replacements
okay
you in American as on share the positive side of things and get the club the fans together
that is the most important thing
media na kakra ka oni kobi atoazo Myxtro we waited for Kotoko to ensure successfully Oma rebuild it from where they left off last season.
Yeah.
This cultural and rich heritage original so they can as so mutimi balancing effectively with strategic planning and actions. Strategic professionalism need and then they have some standard operating procedures be a beboa club no na I say yakwechidodo bra I say yakwechidodo
koku
okay but interesting point of interest Samuel Kwadari engineer otenenka senior Kobe Jones so hada dawatenenka senior afi yenko na so far de kakra na ye bre na ya
koku unim say side ya I omo rezi has ya face wida
Mosumunya bisa ho.
Because kofa marketing commercial manager bi. Different quarting.
Dodum kokoti.
Omo fa no. Yohana obi we chere bi tia so oye kotokoni. So what I say?
Yeah.
Emma because committee mo bi sa no. But the man came into work and he worked. Hedman obey.
Yeah.
Areas obi any past.
Obia won dey.
Obia o past. Eti Mr. Solo we the chairman Mr. Mon forgetting monwin how the team will move forward. That is the most important thing. Okay. In any case, me sure say David so no so aye bibi so bia bia obi anso ni ma onso abo akotoko no so e.
Okay. Okay.
Owo bofo akwa o ma ti players bi ba akotoko eno so e. Enom de mo hwe no. Enti Mr. Mo omunyai cry because for me if you are this is a newborn and a form new administration meba.
Yes.
And omode bi ka ho no mu fi say the competence level no e bitimi aboa. And your person in the on board. So, Mr. I'm share the competence rather than say, and yeah, baby, I got to quiet, and I brought now, or say, play being co baby, no, I'm an amakotoko. Now, Kotoko, boys, I'm Bokotoko, no, Kotoko, for no winning and a Bokotoko. Winner, Obioha, or no, do a Kotoko, your support Kotokopa. Boy, Mokotoko, your players will be. Oh, we are Kotoko for pa, or we are Kumasi boys. Boy, Mokotoko. Ebi we do baby cry na kotoko for ne pe wo mo ma anko ko team for.
But with a special reference to a some about some kotoko. Now in your capacity as a coach and as a management member, maybe a ono person say we di team na bro. Na fe team no san epewa. E wo say o kate wani say o team Medina.
A bro ne de hin. Eni so obi am obi abisa we na o man advice ne na ya bro no. A bro ne say kai na kamusi o tem o kotoko no. Bi go o catch players so men sign contract ko. And they are bro.
And I say be we are kotoko sika.
And they are bro. And they say no ye adwuma no di team na bro. Na nipa no nye kotoko adwuma bi wote ne baby. And I will be a player bi so Dave na wave him mama na o contract sir. Contract we dey me hu ni ye. Waka boni.
There be on carbon.
We so ye de how so the train no. Na nei akwanya ba so me kotoko adwuma ezi. O gra no we di kotoko abro. Abro ben gra we di kotoko. Eti me say sanity a me mpese me dia tum say sanity. Say sanity dia ye be sre kotoko supporters.
Say no na uma supporters na cheche mu kire say sa entiase e wo sa ensema.
At the end of the day no omo o ye supporter me tu yi me hasi. Na no crofo frame is na challenge na covid den na ko coach be na minim. Minim. Say minim. Because be encan hwe nkire me den.
A kire be ba ho.
So, at the end be ko ye ni here. It's not about the obi beka.
Okay.
So mbetuma ye David Ba na ye be ko ye brands name, marketing name, why no. E be market ko agina. E say board for ye akugu dan for pa o. Ska wo nsem.
Asempa FM.
Do we from see omo niam na wo mu zene tie no. Ti no Mr. Omo, omunya no na say your man no ba be ye adwuma.
Okay. I'm not referring to David but on the larger spectrum players as well as Kobe can say about Joseph Eso, Vicente Tinga, and Thomas Abbey return to House of Folk. But Winford Kobner and Mahatma Otu can return any day. What is he saying? And hello, Kwakwachi.
Hello, Kwakwasama. Hello, Kwakwasama. Na bi hello Kwakuma me address no. Eno kwa nya sanity. Kwaku. Sa boys no kan no. Omo de omo bo has. And a contract you. And yes omo renew. And omo so omo biem. What I say?
Okay.
Omo bo. And omo contract ni wu. And yes so yesra mo ye hu say no man na ye adwuma. Nti mo renew contract. Omo say ye mo. And omo ko e. Na o cha ka so ba ye bejo. And you
now my
Joseph first or the yeah because and no crowd supporters say try us or renew one renew and no call
Mark Bonsu word this message for us Myxtro. I don't support Solomon but respectfully inform Kobe that if he left House of Folk and was immediately afterwards seen advising obeying against joining the club, it would naturally be perceived as an act of resentment towards the club. And I might go to anybody. He has been appointed already. It's almost 1 year that Solo was appointed supporters chairman The supporters back to the stadium is still empty. And Yekweku who listen emotional intelligence and so anyway.
I ran Jenny a fan of you. You're afraid you ever fan of Kwaku. You're fan of you. You're afraid you ever fan of. But me say a Miam Papa, Miamu Penny, Mr. Mike Bonsu say to say the issue about now sometime I mean I'm NCC and I'm a leader. Oh, so a Obinko negotiated contract. Many people for negotiate one because me a representative and no Bonnie Benu. So what I say? Contract to who ya yes here almost here enko. Ya ko baby.
Mate mamina say Kobe Jones and out in centers for a tie and have mulasports.com.gh was a bet bold win big instant wins and have instant cash out. Then you know bar ewo butum na fi bibia I come me but open shopper I check the bet doso the amount debia a must buy with him so your hat trick no the amount or show live score cash out eba na fi a check the befu a 40% discount say TV now to nyina e free so enti anope otimenka e max buy shop and now corner fi bibia aye kama pa e the amount pep sodent and anope make am for the amount was do the two with pep sodent brush every morning and every evening enti da bia choose anopa choose e enwumra wenum bete e pep sodent and e boa na fi bibia aye kama mema rain free e DSTV so what do I say and I'm say DSTV so e kwai mu e ma ye hwe world cup no kama pa Would you say over show subscription no na fi bibia atimi akoye DSTV your home of entertainment and also a idea and also ye comfort edi amount e wo honomo na oso watimi ye de besi ha na yetimi asoro na prophet na ya safo Dr. Cosby and so etimi atake over Electroland Ghana and so e kan ho e de achede bebre na no e de eboayen and afi sink test tank e strong e tough e durable and so eboayen wenum ni aboafo asika fam eso yasene ema ene ewuko yede yen midweek edition of the Ultimate Sports Show no the April war midin de obin kwaku Andy Ghana's Myxtro na mi jawo de ama Dr. Cosby no I leave you in the safe hands of a year Lucky Dube. Remember me men train na nkoye yi ansa na ye remember me Lucky Dube achina we do it again. Good morning. Prophet to us.